You've heard the pods, now see the smods. See smod.com, your one-stop shop for tickets and info to all upcoming live Smodco shows. Babylon back at the Improv in Hollywood on December 9th. Jay and Bob Get Old in Colorado. They have a sold-out show on Sunday, December 11th in Greenwood Village. Catch an evening with Kevin Smith for 2 evenings, actually, December 11th and December 12th in Greenwood Village, Colorado. Jay and Silent Bob Get Old, December 12th, South at the Landmark in Colorado. Fort Collins, get ready for Jay and Silent Bob Get Old on Tuesday, December 13th. Solo Kev in Colorado Springs on December 14th. Colorado Springs gets Jay and Silent Bob on Wednesday, December 14th. Jay and Silent Bob Get Old in Denver, Thursday, December 15th. An evening with that Kevin Smith in Denver, downtown in Larimer Square, Thursday, December 15th. Jay and Silent Bob Get Old in Telluride, Friday, December 16th. Kevin Smith dropping by Breckenridge on Sunday, December 18th. Bookmark csmod.com, and we'll see you in your town soon.
Steve Dave presents Overkill with encounters in the sixth son of mankind with Brian Quinn, Roger Flanagan, and Brian Johnson. This week's episode.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Tell 'em Steve Dave, which is really overkill. Haven't done overkill in a while, boys.
No.
Keep everyone updated on the spooky happenings.
The world's just getting spookier and spookier.
This is going to be a weird one for me.
I was getting spooked out. First week, it was the disappearance of Walt and the disappearance of Q. I didn't know we were going to do it tonight. I was actually going to, before you texted and said, hey, are we going to do it on Wednesday or Friday?
Right.
I was going to do another call-in show, advice show.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I need it, man. I need something. I need some structure in my life, even if it's just something once a week for an hour.
That's enough.
Yeah.
You aren't what's it called when you're not detoured, but
Deterred?
Deterred from the last call-ins when the calls really weren't up to your. I don't think they were up to your snuff in terms of the problems you were trying to solve weren't being.
They weren't
offered up to you.
We talked about we took some calls through Skype. Came out pretty well, I thought, the sound and everything. But yeah, the problems. I wanted more like life and death type stuff.
Yeah, that's always the problem. Like when we do it, we used to do a Q&A at the end of the Tenderloins live show, and the questions were never good. It's so much that at the beginning of the show, I would start saying, at the end of the show, we're going to take questions. Please don't have the questions be about this. And invariably, every fucking question would be about the 5 things I asked them not to do. And then I tried instituting a law that if somebody asks one of those questions, the show's over. A law. And
martial law.
And then sure enough, somebody would ask the questions, and I would walk off stage, and the 3 other guys would stay on stage. And I'd be like, what's the fucking point of like laying down the so that killed the Q&A.
Yeah, that's like, if you're a parent and you say to your child, if you don't clean up your room, I'm not going to give you your allowance, and then then the other parent doesn't follow you up on that, then the kid will never clean up his room.
Right.
So you got to really crack down on the other jokers.
Well, what I did is I walked off stage and I never went back on. So they went on. They did like an additional 10 minutes without me. That happened like 3 times.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck them. Fuck those guys.
They broke the law.
Well, we're in chaos.
But who asked that question? Who asked the question that you're like, don't ask this question?
They're fucking the morons. There's morons out there. You know what I mean? There's fucking dopes out there.
Some of them might be listening.
If they're listening,
they might have been the person who would ask that question and knew that it prompted you to walk up stage.
Then they should know they're a dope. But
Yeah, it's their fault.
It's their fucking fault. I didn't make them a dope.
Yeah, it's their parents.
You know, they're excited. They're at the show. They forgot about the law.
We're all there for a good time.
You know.
He delivered the law at the beginning of the show.
No, because then I was like, all right,
drinking.
it's Q&A time. Now everybody remember, do not ask questions about this, and this. And then the first question.
And they ask you, you're like, all right, fuck it. Now it's just 8 time because Q's out of here.
So it's tough to get the good questions on those.
Yeah. So somebody did point out the 2099 cover thing I can't remember his name again, but they tweeted it. It looks really good.
What is it?
It looked really cool. A 2099 cover.
Like Spider-Man 2099?
Oh, yeah. I think it was by the artist who did design the Four Color Demons logo.
Yeah.
He designed or drew something. I think it's him.
The Kucharik brothers did a 2000. Oh, the Four Color Demon. No, I don't think he did it. Somebody else did it.
Based off that design.
No, it looks pretty cool. Yeah.
2017, Q, right? That's when we'll start to see Four Color Demons really start to formulate.
Well, I'll tell you what, Walt. It has its own life because every single live show I do, there are no less than 10 Four Color Demon members in the audience. Last show I was at, these two guys...
They're allowed to break the law, right? If
they,
you got that
whatever they want. They're demons, bro. They don't fucking pay attention to the laws.
The rebels.
Yeah, man. It's
allowed to sell like drugs and ask you stupid questions.
Yeah, exactly. Chain whip someone across the face and ask a fucking dumbass nerdy question. It's got a life of its own, man. It doesn't even need us at this point, but we are going to get that website up and going eventually.
2017, that's the target. By the end of 2017.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's a target.
That's
You may not hit it.
ETA.
Yeah. What are you worried about?
How was your Thanksgiving? Well, we'll get through this first.
Thanksgiving. It was good. You know, I had my mom and I had my mother-in-law. So it was very, very intimate.
So, and your wife and your two girls?
Obviously, yeah.
Right. Were there any other dudes there, or it's just you?
No, my mom's boyfriend, Joe, was
Joe,
there.
okay.
And my brother-in-law, Joe, another Joe.
Mm-hmm.
So we tell them apart. We call my mom's boyfriend Joey B.
Right.
And the other guy's just Joe.
So your mom doesn't accidentally start kissing your brother-in-law? Or just be like, we're leaving, come on.
Yeah, it was nice. You know, I watched a lot of football, a lot of really good football games yesterday. And you know, I
Was it at your house?
Yeah.
So was it like that very typical sort of Thanksgiving where all you men are watching football while the girls get the food ready?
I was
the way it goes?
I mean, and this is not to disparage any of the guys at the party, the other Joes.
Those two queers that were there too.
I was really the only man watching the football game. As I would sneak. Not really being manly when you had to sneak upstairs when no one's watching to check the score.
That counts as manly in your house.
And then when you hear Walt, you're like, I was just going to the bathroom upstairs. I don't want anybody
to flush a toilet downstairs.
Yeah, I don't want to mess up the
shits his pants and run.
Oh, I thought it was an emergency. As you can see. Toilet paper, like running from all the way upstairs to downstairs.
You gotta make do when you want to check the score real quick, especially when it's at the end of the game. You got to keep saying, "Oh, I don't know if that turkey agreed to me. Let me run upstairs." And
right. What did you bitches do to me? Oh, I'm poisoned. Click.
First sulfur, now turkey.
Yeah.
How about yours?
I went to Pam and Edgar's. Yep.
Okay, Mom and Dad's.
Mm-hmm. And cousins.
Some people listening may not realize that Pam and Edgar is your father and your mother.
Yeah, I should update people every once in a while because you get new listeners all the time. Yeah, Pam and Edgar are my mother and father, and my sister and her boyfriend came. My niece and nephew Autumn and.
Is this a long-term boyfriend or is this a new relationship?
I guess like 2 years maybe.
Okay, so it's
something like that.
Serious,
right? At one point, he comes. He likes to give me information
I know somebody like that.
That has no value whatsoever.
Is your sister dating Get 'em?
Get 'em was at Thanksgiving last night. Just stuff that, like, I know that any normal person would be like, oh, cool, and just, like, pretend it was meaningful. But, like, he comes up and he was like, hey, check this out. Because he's like, I don't know what word to use other than scavenger, but because like a scavenger, like again, like Get 'em.
Yeah.
Like he just goes around and finds stuff and like will give it to people. Like he's given my mother 3 broken vacuum cleaners. And she's kind of complained about it.
It's up to 3 now?
Yeah. I'm like,
holy
stop
shit.
fucking taking them.
Is it up to her to get them repaired? Or does he think they work?
He knows they don't work because they're coming out of dumpsters.
So when he's ready to present like a cat presenting a dead mouse to
He leaves it on her doorstep.
why the fuck? How does he like? I know those last 2 didn't work,
Right.
but here's the 3rd vacuum cleaner that I can
But
fix.
if you
out of
combine the
dumpster.
3, maybe you'll get 1 working vacuum.
But it's on her to get them fixed, though.
Yes, and I blame her. I'm like, then don't fucking take them if you don't want this shit. She has a working vacuum already. It's not. It's not like
she has
she's like
4
I'm in the market.
vacuums,
Yeah, 3 of which don't work. Yeah. 75% of them don't work. But he shows me a picture of a wood burning stove, and he's like,
picture?
Well, it was a picture, and he's like, yeah, I put it up on YouTube last night. He's like, got 30 views already, and I'm like. I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, anything other than, oh, cool.
But wait a minute.
Like, how does one respond
Is
in
it
that
his
situation?
wood burning stove or just somebody he was somehow?
What's the video on there?
I want to go. I couldn't find it. I tried looking today because I wanted to troll them. I couldn't find it. I looked for a while, too.
All right.
So you don't even know if it's his wood burning stove?
No,
It's just a video he took.
It could be just a video he took. Yeah, it's all like sort of like white noise, and you hear like little select like you know when you hear like a staticky radio and certain words just come out. That's kind of the way it is.
I got a wood burning stove. I've never once thought to take my phone and film it and then post it.
Right.
It's just not exciting.
It's not. No. It's
Unless there's a bird in it.
Yeah.
Then I should have filmed that. Right?
Then it's Hitchcockian. Yeah.
When Gato came in, I really should have manned up like I was watching a football game and ran upstairs and
filmed him from up there.
Filmed him taking
just
the
lower
bird.
his selfie stick down 2 floors. Get up! You're out of frame. And then I had 2 cousins who I haven't seen in 30 years. They were the last time. No, these cousins from Pennsylvania. Who
Is one of them the one that was always scared of you?
No, that was a different cousin. These are cousins. They were on like my mother's. It was like my grandmother's sister's grandkids, something like that.
So 30 years in between seeing you. I mean, 30 years ago you would have been in your
I was 18, yeah.
18, and they would have been how old?
One is like a couple years older than me, and one is the same age. So, yeah, one was like 21.
So
and
I
one was
mean,
18.
now they come and see it as a much different playing field, huh?
Right. They're just like, how could we ever compete with you? No, they didn't.
TV.
They didn't seem to. They weren't too impressed with that. They didn't seem to know or care really, which was good, you know. But at the same time, it's like you really don't have much to say, and
At all?
It was just no, not really. I mean, you know, just because like the one guy, like the one cousin, the guy, he's got his own salon, like a hairstylist. No, he gets pussy like Warren Beatty, man. No, just kidding. He's a gay dude. And the other cousin went into detail about. I guess she works for an energy company, and she's talking all about how consumers can save per
Oh my
kilowatt
God!
hour
It was
and all this other
fucking.
shit.
Was it? She married to Jim Dowd.
Jim Dowd, yeah. That was the dream killer. And so at a certain point, I was like, I was just bored. So I told my one. They don't know how they like. I was making jokes. They don't know what to make of it because, like I said, they haven't seen the show.
30 years.
They
don't know if you're serious or not.
So I said that because Suzanne and Sage went, and I said that Suzanne didn't like the dessert that my cousin made. I just sort of passed that on to her and started a whole thing where I let Suzanne find out, and then my nephew Hunter, he got in on it, so it became a whole thing about Suzanne's desperately trying to defend herself, and I'm like, why would I say it? Why would I say it? I was like, look, let's be honest about it, And I mean, the things that should have really let her know that I was just kidding around.
Was the fact that you were speaking?
That I wasn't dismissing views on YouTube. She made an apple tart, and in all fairness, it looked weird. It looked like a pie crust where somebody cut apples in quarters and just sort of stuck them in there and put a little cinnamon on them.
Right.
But I guess it's some family recipe. And I said that one of Suzanne's comments was apple tart, more like apple retard. But she thought she really said it. It was awesome for maybe 20 minutes to a half hour.
And what's the rest of the house doing? Is your father even acknowledging that this is even going on, or is he?
He comes in and he goes, "What's going on in here?" And I was like, "Suzanne doesn't like Melody's dessert," and he just turns around and walks out.
The appropriate response from his 50-year-old son.
I was thinking that
He's up to his shenanigans.
I was thinking that on the way home. I was chuckling to myself at my own cleverness. I'm like, am I too old to do shit like that? But it was just, I don't know. I thought it was entertaining. It was fucking pretty funny.
What about you, Keel? How'd you spend Thanksgiving?
Did you get japped? Did your apple get jabbed?
No, I got the apple. I had a very odd Thanksgiving. That links kind of into what we're the overkill thing today.
So go right into overkill from your Thanksgiving story.
Yeah, it really, my Thanksgiving was pretty standard in terms of it was just my family and me at my parents' house, deep in the wilds of Pennsylvania, where they're at.
Now, when you say it literally, is there nobody else around? Are they secluded?
Yeah, it's pretty secluded. It's pretty secluded.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah,
it's pretty woodsy.
Deep in the.
Yeah, it's not like that cabin in Evil Dead, but it's pretty secluded.
Where's your nearest neighbor? How far away?
You could see him in the winter, through the trees. You could see him and stuff like that. So it's for us city dwelling folk.
It's about as country as you get.
Yeah.
For you.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you shaking your head at?
Nothing.
But
what are you shaking your head at?
Yeah, why are you shaking your head?
Just city folk.
What are you shaking your head at, though?
I was just thinking
I don't know. I'd like to back off the shaking of that.
If I can take one thing back in my entire life.
I didn't think anyone would notice.
So you're up in Pennsylvania.
Well, are
you watching football? They didn't even have TV up there.
All my father and brother, they didn't even converse in anything. It was just they were watching football the whole time.
Okay. They were able to watch it without having to hide the fact they were watching it?
Not only were they not hiding it, my dad's kind of going deaf, so it's at the fucking highest volume possible. So it's we're 2 rooms over and we're talking over the TV. And I'm just like, will this fucking guy lower this television? It's crazy. It's crazy. And you could tell when he gets up to leave because everybody else in the room lowers it. It's just insanely loud. So yeah.
Why doesn't he wear a hearing aid? Is that because Edgar has the same problem? He can't really hear that well. Yeah. I saw that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Wouldn't you? In order to hear better? Because it's not it's a giant,
I said to my mother,
hen-hole hearing aid anymore.
I'm like, get him headphones to watch TV. It's this is insane. This is no way to live. And she's like, this is how he watches TV all the time. Right. Yeah. It's just blasting.
But in your privacy of your own home, you can put the miracle ear in. I can understand if you're you don't want to have it and you're walking around because you feel like it's everyone's going to notice it. But if you're in your own house, who cares?
Whenever I talk to him, I don't have to. I'm not like, hey, Pop. You know what I mean? I talk to him at regular levels and he understands. So I don't know what the fuck's going on with the TV.
Well, obviously he can read lips now.
Yeah,
maybe. But you can't read lips on TV. I don't know. I don't know. I do know that.
Off TV?
So that's what the captioning's for.
Yeah.
I don't mean to one-up you, but my one cousin, the one who worked with the energy, she brought her daughter, who's like 26, who's deaf and mute from birth.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
She can read lips?
Evidently, she can read lips.
She hot?
She can read lips. There's evidently something in the deaf community where, like, she has, like, I think it's called like a cochlear implant.
Yeah,
or
cochlear
something.
implant. Yeah.
And she doesn't want to wear it because it's like, yo, I'm straight up deaf and shit. Like,
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Yeah.
There's it's a big rift in the community of like if you get that implant because it's messing with your brain, you're trying to deny your deaf. There's the same thing in the prosthetic community.
Just want to hear.
But there's prosthetic community people who get like the hands. There's proponents of the hook that are like getting that hand is horrible.
Nobody can just let other people just live. It's always got to be like my way or fuck you.
right.
Yeah.
So much so that, you're shamed into being like, well,
I guess I'll wear this hook.
yeah. Like you don't like in the black community, if you kind of act white,
Well,
they call you
I mean-
blackish, and it's an insult. So it's like
But your
deafish.
dad, in an instance, your dad just wants a TV at a unbearable volume for the rest of the family, and you guys are complaining now.
Well, it doesn't affect other people, I guess, when you have a hand versus a hook. Whereas, like, an entire holiday festive party is forced to scream over the fucking third and down, like, just to make a point.
Third and down. Oh my God!
I like it, Q. I don't watch
Third
any
and
football
down.
either. You would have been with the Joes if it went to all.
Nonsense. Fucking
QEB.
boring. Like the most boring game ever made. If you don't have money on football, I don't know how you still watch football.
Oh no,
It's so
awesome,
boring.
man.
It's like 10 feet. Stop. 2 minutes. Two
Just
more
coming
feet.
from a motherfucker
3 more
who
feet.
watches 3 hours of guys just kicking a ball from one end of the field to the other and never a shot
But
on
at least
goal.
it's constantly going.
Yeah, it's going nowhere. Oh, that was synchronicity. Yeah.
You too. I'm starting to get scared.
If you're hiring, do you know where to post your job to find the best candidate? Because posting your job in one place isn't enough to find quality candidates anymore. You're not going to just put it in the want ads. Like, can you imagine looking for a job now? Like going through the want ads, circling shit. I'd fucking kill myself and everyone around me. It's just horrible. And that's what they say. It's like the only thing worse than having a job is looking for one, right? Anyway, if you are hiring somebody, you're the boss. You can do whatever you want. So why wouldn't you use ZipRecruiter.com? You can post your job to 100+ job sites, including social media networks like Facebook and Twitter, all with a single click. Find candidates in any city or industry nationwide. Do you think even like escorts? You're like, hey, man, I'm starting an escort service.
In states where that's legal.
There's only one, right? And
Well,
even
no,
that's
actually,
not legal.
escorts are legal.
Oh, right. But the hookering.
It's the prostitution.
It's the hookery that's...
You could hire a lovely lady to be your arm candy for the evening.
Do you think you could? Do you have it in you to run an escort service?
No.
What if you gave them like you weren't the average pimp? You were like
I treat them well.
Well, not only do you treat them well, it's like good wages, health insurance, like all this shit that somebody would want.
Well, it's night shift then. With remember Michael Keaton
Shelley Long.
and Fonzie.
Yeah, Henry Winkler. Yep.
Yeah, wasn't Shelley Long in that? Or
Yeah, she was.
I just have Cheers on the brain
She
still?
was, she was definitely in it.
Yeah.
You couldn't
Great movie.
do that.
They worked in a morgue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Holy shit. I haven't done that movie in fucking forever. I don't think so. I think dealing with that many women who find themselves in life, that many women who are A, good looking enough to be escorts, and B, then choose to be escorts, I think it'd be like wrangling cats. I just don't think it'd be like a fun time for me.
Right. Well, you could be the owner, like a silent partner. Let somebody else do the work. You could be you go to ZipRecruiter.com.
Yeah.
You do the hiring. You let somebody else take care of all the other fucking bullshit.
Yeah, I guess so. I think I'd get in trouble, though. I think
Probably.
it's just a matter of time for a lawsuit comes up against me in that situation.
Yeah. So find out today why ZipRecruiter has been used by over 1 million businesses. A million? One of them has to be an escort service. And right now, listeners can post jobs on ZipRecruiter for free by going to ZipRecruiter.com/TESD. That's ZipRecruiter.com/TESD. One more time to try it for free. Go to ZipRecruiter.com. Hosts are not to mention any competitors. I couldn't if I wanted. Like, who the fuck is a competitor with
don't
this?
mention
You said the want ads.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
a
man. They're going to be pissed. They're like the want ads. That's our greatest foe in the world of hiring.
Penny saver. So we're gonna go into this because I have
Ready to
something
roll right into the
is-
into the overkill.
actually, yeah, really, really disturbing. And I know normally that I'm like,
Thanksgiving overkill.
You come ill prepared.
usually I come not only ill prepared, but I'm kind of skeptical. But I have something, dude, and I am swearing upon anything that everything I'm about to tell you is true, and I'm not quite sure how to handle it.
Okay.
Like it's something that's actually going down to the point where I called Brian to fucking talk through this today, and he was actually kind of like save it for a week.
What could we make him swear upon that would have meaning to this? That he was not bullshitting.
What would you like me to do? What would you like me to do?
I have a Bible in the car, but I
Get
know,
the-
I know
Yeah,
he doesn't.
maybe like a checkbook.
There you go.
Oh, good.
A W-9.
All right. Well, all right. My curiosity is definitely piqued.
So I have been having, and I'm not going to talk about what they are. They're not really crucial to the story, and it's kind of one of those things that I don't really talk about. But I've been having some like personal issues lately that I've been trying to deal with. That I've been wrestling with for a little while now, and Brian knows about them. I'm driving up to my parents' house this week, and now we start getting into the section of the country where there's like nothing for stretches on these weird roads and whatnot, and then you start getting into the like knick-knack shops and like rundown
Antiques.
Yeah, antiques, but not really antiques. You know what I mean? More like someone died and they just gave their whole house to a store to sell.
Now, you would be, and off topic, I want to slow this down,
Yeah.
but you would be able to determine a fake antique versus a real antique?
No, I don't mean. I mean like you walk into a store and it's all like
You
fucking.
must not like football.
It's like Hummel figures and shit like that.
He's antiquing.
I wasn't antiquing. Listen, I wasn't. This is what I'm
This is
saying.
the real Tiffany.
Ming Dynasty, more like Ming
down.
Shen Dynasty.
So, all right. So I'm driving.
So you're driving by the antique store.
Driving. Well, that's
Faux antique
It's
stores.
it's like a barn. You know what I mean? Anyway, I passed this one place and listen. Something tells me you have to go back to that place that you just passed. Right? So much so that I'm like, it's weird that the thought even entered my head. It was like a thought in my head
Are you by yourself?
by myself. And I'm driving by myself. I guess I should have mentioned that. And I keep going a couple of miles, and it's really like I'm almost getting anxiety that I didn't drive back. Right? Fuck it. What am I going to do? It's either I can go up and I can listen to my father's TV blasting, or I can turn back around and see what's going on fourth and down. So now I turn around. So I turn around and I go back to this shitty old building, right? And I walk inside, and there is
Is this a store or is this a deserted building?
no, it's a store, but it's like a fucked up store.
And it's open on Thanksgiving?
Yes,
Oh.
yes.
Is this shining shit?
This is getting weird, dude. I'm telling you,
Like
this
it's really
this
not
gets
open.
fucking weird.
Like what time? What time of day?
it was probably like 10 in the morning.
Okay.
So I go there, and I walk inside, and it's just like fucking crazy, stupid knickknacks and shit like that. But there, in this glass shelf in the back of it, it's just one of these places that have like different vendors. It's a flea market. It's an indoor flea market.
Okay.
We have
Okay.
one of them. We have an antique place like that in Red Bank where there's different vendors in the building selling
Yeah. And
antiques.
so they all have like
Perfect.
different cases and
You
like
got it.
manufactured cases. Yeah.
There's this old guy in the back, and he is sitting in front of a glass case. In the glass case is this fucking weird looking skull with like a copper faceplate on it. And there's candles around it, and there's a fucking I swear to God, there's so many $5 bills in this case. So of course I'm just like, well, what is that? And he says to me, and he shows me a sign. He says it's the skull of something called a Prussian kissing devil. The Prussian kissing devil. And apparently what it was
Is it a human skull or an animal
it's
skull?
a human skull.
Okay.
He says it's a real human skull. He says that in Prussia, he didn't really know the year. He goes, there was this woman.
Prussia now is Iraq, right?
I fucking no clue, dude. I haven't looked
I
at
thought
any
that
of
was
this up.
Persia.
Yeah, it's Persia. Yeah,
What's Prussia now?
Prussia was like, I think it was like a combination of like 4 different countries, like Germany, Russia.
so we were talking.
It was like
Talking like
Prussian Empire.
when Atlantis was around then, probably, right?
yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
This story doesn't even need any fucking embellishment, dude. It gets so bizarre. Okay, so he says. So the story is he doesn't know. He's not giving me a lot of details, and you know what I mean. He's just hanging out there. He says that apparently this woman, because I'm just like, that's an awesome name. What the fuck is a Prussian
Kissing devil?
Prussian kissing devil. The skull of the Prussian kissing devil. And he says that there was this woman in this village who was rumored to have slept with the devil. Like, she was one of those things where it's like, the village was like and the reason they said that is because she had a baby who was fucking really fucked up looking when it was born. Now the skull looks normal. All right. The skull doesn't look out of whack. But they said that this baby was so deformed that they basically, said this woman fucked the devil. They cast her out and they left the baby out in the woods to die. Okay.
Would you say it's like almost akin to what's the lead story?
It sounds like the Jersey Devil a little bit, but Mrs. Leeds did not sleep with the devil.
Okay,
don't fucking.
Sorry.
Well, listen. Yeah. So now this devil. So now years later, the child survives, comes back to the village, is fucked up, and is just like. I asked, why is it called the kissing devil? And apparently, like, he would go in there and he would like cause all sorts of mayhem and he would kiss them. Like, that was the thing. Like, that was like his trademark.
Wait a minute. When you say mayhem, like he would
kill, rape, all sorts of weird shit. And then would leave like a bloody kiss on the body.
Lips. Like bloody
I don't know.
Lip prints. Like,
that's
lipstick
kinda,
on a mirror.
Right. Perfect. That's it. And he said that they hunted him down and killed him, right? They cut off his head, and this is the skull of what they call the Prussian kissing devil. And they learned that if you give the thing $5, well, they said money, but I asked $5, and he was like, that's just what it became. He says, if you give it a gift of money, it will solve your problems. It's basically like a voodoo thing.
Wishing well?
Right. So, what do? Give him $5. All right? Whatever, the lark driveway. Go up to my parents' house, blah, blah, blah. I find later that night as I'm lying in bed, I have a clarity, Walt, to this problem that I've been dealing with for quite a while that fucking, to me, solved the problem. Like I was able to find the perspective and an angle on this issue that I've been having that I never had before, and goes a long way towards putting this thing to rest.
What was once so murky now became so crystal clear.
So crystal clear.
A path just opened up out of nowhere inside that brain.
That's right. So today, I go back to the shop. Okay? And the guy's not there. It's this younger guy. Okay? And he tells me that the guy, and I said, I forget his name, Walter or something. I forget his name. And I asked, I said, hey, where's the guy here yesterday? That guy died yesterday after I gave the $5.
Did he look ill?
Did not look ill. He looked fine to me.
You said he was old, though, right?
He was old. Well, not old, but he was like, I'd say 70s. You know what I mean? Late 60s, early 70s. So I'm like, well, that's fucking weird.
And they didn't close the place down? They still opened up his little...
Well, it's just one little booth. Well, that's what I said to the guy. It's exactly what I said to the guy. And he says that he goes, well, it's Black Friday. They're not guys.
They even celebrate Black Friday at some shithole fucking
dude.
Barn?
They were open on Thanksgiving.
he's telling me
Black Friday. We can't even honor the guy who fucking owned the kid.
It was his fucking grandson. It was his fucking grandson.
Even I would, like, if something happened like that, I mean, we would have to close. Even on Black Friday, we would have closed.
Like if Gidim had stroked out last night.
Yeah,
you would close. You would close today?
Close on Black Friday. Wow. Yeah, even
but for what? Like, I'm not having a funeral today.
Just out of respect.
Oh, okay.
But the respect you don't see on a day-to-day basis.
Well,
he would show you in death.
When I finally can't appreciate it.
All right, so the guy is there.
So grandson's there. He says that they just can't. They just didn't. They knew he wouldn't want them to not be there for that.
All right.
So blah blah blah. And he actually made a point very similar to what Genim just said. It was like, well, the wake and the funeral is not today anyway. So now there's a sign next to it says the sign on it next to it says Prussian Kissing Devil, blah blah blah, not for sale, firm. It says on it. So I said, let me ask you something. I was like, can I buy that? can I buy the skull? The guy says no, and I said, all right, well, how much?
Does it come with the $5 bills?
No, I wasn't thinking that. Long story short, Walter, for $650.
Never heard him say that.
What? Long story short?
No. You never used the ER in the back of my name.
Walter?
Yeah.
You don't like it?
No.
I think I used it once too, and you said don't like it. I'm freaked out.
You really are. Something's off. I said something's really off with you. You've never said ER on my name.
I'm fucking freaked out.
As long as I can remember now.
Because in my head, in that moment, telling me to turn around to the car, in it, finding this fucking skull, in it, giving it the $5.
Did the grandson know who you were?
No. Grandson, finally I got to $650, and he says, I'll sell it to you.
That's a good pickup. You got it?
I came from the store here.
Let's see it.
Okay. First comes the stand that it was on.
We'll put up some accompanying pictures.
Take some pictures. Get them.
Yeah. It was on this stand in this store.
Can I just feel that? It looks like it's iron, like something you would
Copper.
I'm telling you.
make a sword out of, right?
Look what I have right now.
What's that called? An ore?
Urn? I have fucking goosebumps, dude. I'm telling you, this thing is unbelievable.
An anvil, that's what it looks like.
Okay.
But it's not as heavy like an anvil. It's kind of hollow. Like a fake anvil.
You're going to fucking... Dude.
Already dismissing. Based on the anvil, which is really a stand.
Dude, you can fucking dismiss all you want. I don't know if you're going to be able to fucking dismiss this, which is a real human skull.
That's not a human skull.
Oh, you don't think so? Get in there and look.
Look at that nose.
No. This is the copper plate that I was talking about.
Is I guess it looked like they dipped it in copper or put copper over it, and they put some sort of shellac on the head. But the designs and the writing are really weird.
And they're carved in and inlaid.
Can I hold it?
Yeah, just...
I'm not. Of course I'll be.
But look at it. You're going to see it's a skull. I had the same questions, dude. It's like a copper mask put on the front of a skull. The skull has intricate carvings in it. And copper
Inlays, yeah.
Inlays in the fucking bone.
Even Gidim isn't doubting.
You're not
He's a doubting Tom.
Dude, look in the cuts. You'll see that it's a real skull.
Why would that mean?
Because you see like the bone, the mat. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like what's the fontanelle? It's towards the top would be.
But if you
the stuff that falls off a baby skull?
No, that's the soft spot because it has.
If you look in there,
because the skull has
like
a hard
in the cuts, you see the bone, like the dude.
$650
I just paid for that, and it is. I am telling you all, this thing is. I don't even know what to say, dude. Like the driving, the call back to the place. The fact that I gave the $5 that it kind of helped my problem to a point.
And when you gave the $5, did you specifically say to yourself, "I want this skull to solve my problem"?
I did like a wishing well. How you jump in and do a wishing well. I gave the $5 and I just concentrated on that issue. And dude, I'm telling you.
So who gets the $5 now? If I want to make one, you?
I don't know. I wasn't thinking of monetizing it.
Shit, get him. You must have a million things you'd want to ask it.
So the next 3 paychecks are dedicated to the Prussian kissing
skull.
devil.
So that is the skull of the Prussian kissing devil.
And you can't allude to, without giving away exactly what the problem was. Like,
was it
physical or personal?
No, it was like an emotional,
So not sexual.
woman thing.
Okay.
Let's put it that way.
Then it was sexual.
Yeah. No, it wasn't. Dude, I'm telling you, this thing.
Just say it was sexual. Just say you couldn't get a boner.
I got a fucking flat-on boner.
Wow.
It's a real human skull of this creature.
You can tell, like, if you look real close, it's like that's what the bone looks like. Like it gets that porous sort of look to it.
Yeah. And the guy.
Is it legal to sell
don't
human
know.
skulls?
Dude, I have no fucking clue. I will tell you this though: the grandfather would never sell it. Would never sell it.
So the first it's not even 24 hours. He's not on this earth, and their son, grandson's selling his most prized possession.
Money talks, bro.
Did the grandson allude to any reason why the grandfather died? Like choked at dinner, something like that.
I didn't really want to get into it.
That's too personal,
that seemed like a lot. I mean, he made it sound like it was a heart attack or something like that. But
It says in general it's legal.
It is legal to sell human skulls.
Yeah.
How old do they have to be? Because you couldn't just go out now.
And the weird thing is, like, where the copper mask comes to the skull, there's a ring of skulls around it.
Yeah.
I guess it's state. It's determined by state, but most states.
Pennsylvania, I would imagine, would have to be.
I don't think this is on the legal radar, this one.
Yeah.
So, dude, now here I am. First of all, I own a human skull, which is fucking crazy. Second of all, apparently it was of this fucking madman, deformed creature in Prussia in an unknown time. 3, who carved the skull? Who put copper inlays on it? What do the symbols mean? Like, look at these fucking symbols.
Well, that can play into my overkill today. So I may be able to help you with that.
Yeah?
Yeah. I've been solving symbols.
Well, can't you look at
Have you
this?
been code breaking when talking and shit?
Yeah.
Because if you look, they don't match. There's 4 symbols on the quarters of the skull, and they don't match. They're all different symbols.
So if you put them together, it could complete some sort of puzzle.
4 color demons.
Dude, I feel like you're not taking this as seriously as I am. I got to be honest with you.
Yeah. Now,
I mean,
now
look
you
at
know
that.
how it feels.
Look at that.
Well, I have the evidence here.
Yeah, what, evidence of a paper mache skull? It doesn't. It has no weight.
Well, bones
Even
are.
the mask doesn't have any weight.
Come on. You're going to have to go against your boy
Come on.
here.
What do you think, buddy?
I mean, it does have weight to it. I mean, it's got
We
some-
all know that's a real skull. That's a real
me
skull, dude.
That has no weight to it.
You gotta
Well,
remember-
it doesn't still have the brain and shit in it.
Yeah. I mean,
But it's worthless then.
Sometimes it's worthless even when it has a brain in it. Right?
I mean,
Yeah, but well, this is the other thing, man. I'm telling you what I personally fucking experienced with this thing. This isn't like third, fourth story. I'm telling you what I. This is making me into a believer of many weird things.
Again, what's your thinking about this? What's your gut say? I trust your gut.
I wouldn't put it. There's a known history of decorating skulls. I want to say it's Tibetan, possibly, because I have been to a couple.
Don't even fucking say you've ever been out of country.
No, I've been to a couple antique stores
Or
in New
county.
York. I have been to a couple antique stores in New York searching for Zippo lighters and come across like
Third and down.
I don't doubt it.
You don't doubt it.
Yeah.
But look in the cracks. You see like the
don't doubt
the
it.
bone structure
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I'm telling you.
Well,
You could bring it to like a professor of anthropology. I'll bet she could help you out with it.
What?
come on, would copper move like that?
Well,
What, are you doubting that metal's copper? What do you
they
think it is?
Brass. It
I
could
don't
be
even
brass
believe
with a
this is
patina
real
on
copper.
it. It could be brass with a patina on it.
What's that?
A patina.
Well, he didn't say it was
like
copper.
a-
I said it. That looks like copper to me.
Oh, so you don't even
But
know.
you can see some yellow streaks, so that's why I'm thinking it might be brass.
Oh, it could be bread. Yeah, whatever metal. I should just say metal. I'm not saying that. That wasn't like.
Should have said gold. That worked
Now-
down.
This is a grown. You said that the Prussia kissing devil was full grown.
Well, he just said he came back to the village later. He grew. He definitely grew.
I mean, I don't even think a skull. This is the shape of a skull would be this kind of flat that would lay on it.
Sure,
on
without
a table.
the-
without
without
the
the
bottom
lower jaw,
without the
sure.
lower mandible. Yeah,
Isn't that the lower jaw right there?
it's artistic license on the face part of it, the copper part of it.
So you believe this?
Well, you believe it's a skull.
I believe it's a skull. Yes.
You believe this is a real human skull from the time dating back to when Prussia existed.
You find skulls in everywhere.
Really? You find
All over your
skulls?
house.
In your crawl spaces, in your trunks.
Have any
In the
either of you
barn under
ever
hay?
found a skull anywhere in your entire life now this fucking asshole's going, you find skulls everywhere.
Okay, now let's specify. Human skull? No.
But
Definitely not.
you're still finding prehistoric skulls in caves and the such. So to think that a skull from a couple hundred years ago that was
A
cared
couple
for,
hundred years ago?
Well, the Kingdom
don't
of
know.
Prussia, 1701. So, yeah, I mean, it's about
300 years.
a little bit less than the like you could find Civil War skulls, I'm sure.
Oh,
like
yeah.
in it was it was a part of Germany.
That's at
Today
least-
it's Germany, Poland, Russia, Lithuania, Denmark, Belgium, the Czech Republic, and Switzerland.
And I believe it was not uncommon
pretty
for
big.
old fake teeth to be done from graveyards, or not graveyards, from battle sites. They would harvest the teeth out of the skulls and reuse them in dentures.
That's crazy.
Yeah, what are you waiting on?
Go grave digging.
I'm eyeing Bry up.
You, Bry, come on.
What's up?
Okay, so Giddim's a believer.
Right.
I'm not ready to weigh in yet. I want to hear what you think about this.
He was. I'll say this much, man. When he called and he told me about stopping by, seeing it, giving the $5, and then when I talked to him this morning, it was like two different guys.
And plus, you have the advantage of knowing what his problem was. You know the dirty details of what was giving him sleepless nights.
Right. So if I
Was
couldn't
it
solve it,
Was it? Yeah. Yeah. The man who solved all the problems last week. All the listeners' problems were solved. Like
get another job.
But was his problem a 911?
I wouldn't say it was a 911. I would say
On the scale of 1 to 10, what would you put as his problem at that he
Well,
couldn't?
for me.
For me. These little caveats.
No. I mean,
Well, yeah, it is
you could
personal.
say any problem out loud. Your father died, and I could be like, I don't know, everybody's father died, but to you, that's a horrible thing.
Well, I would think there's no one can poo-poo someone's passing as not being a problem.
Unless it's the fucking grandfather who worked.
What do you think, Bri? Really, though?
What was his problem?
Do you believe that this is a first? Is it a real skull?
I do think it's a real skull. Yeah, just by if you look where the inlays are and you see that spongy. Yeah, you're wearing this weird like abortionist headband / magnifying.
Picture me looking at it. Yeah. Can you see my goggle?
Yes.
Okay.
Head of the fucking anthropology department. Oh, he's poo-pooing it?
I don't know.
Well, give also a thumbs up just in case it's real.
Okay. So go ahead. Continue.
I do believe it's a real skull. You can see, like, in the inlays, that spongy bone quality.
Where? Where do you see spongy bone
How
quality?
are you not seeing it? It's everywhere there's a cut.
The stippling, if you will.
Yeah.
Okay, so how did they? What is the indentions of the? It
seems like as they were carving with whatever they were carving with, it chipped off the bone. It didn't,
Right.
they weren't like using like a Dremel where like with the diamond tip where it gets like does a precise cut. They were like carving away at it, and some flaked off or chipped off.
It's hand carved, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Right. And then they put somehow they dipped the front part in copper and then probably reshaped it because obviously.
Now, I would think they they would hammer that out probably into the shape and then attached it, covered up the joining with this because it looks like pitch or something with this these skulls because these skulls aren't part of that.
Well, we don't even know how fucking old this thing is. That could have been a repair done, you know what I mean, by somebody who just. I mean, who knows what's
Sounds
going on?
like someone has experience with human skulls.
Yeah. I have no doubt it's a real human skull. That I get. I'm just struggling with my own experiences with this thing.
I would have given your problem to Q. This problem was a 7.5 to 8. I would say
on the Richter scale.
Yeah. It's been keep me going.
10 being the 911.
Okay. So it was a substantial.
And I've dealt with plenty 911s with Q over the years.
I think if you take a look from this angle.
Well, you know what? In Q's defense of this, he did say it was a deformed skull. So where you're looking, Google some deformed skulls. Why are you looking up normal skulls?
Or look in a mirror. Oh shit! It's the Red Bank kissing devil.
And look, I mean, and this you can see the ridge marks from the skull plates right there.
Where? What, those lines?
Yeah. They go all throughout the skull.
They're also in the design. If you look at the top, those ridge plates are in there.
I think we're glossing over history being made. This is the only time Walt has ever been a naysayer ever in the history of overkill.
Well, all right. So, Bri, you say you, but as you're willing to go on. You're willing to say out loud, "This is a real human skull."
Yes.
but you're not willing to say you think it's from Prussia.
I don't know where it's from.
Could be 10 years old. It could be 300 years old. We don't know.
Could be.
You know, we need.
Can we get some? I know there's some listeners out there who could do some like sampling on this.
I would think an X-ray would be a good start, because then you could see past this the copper plate and see if it has the orbital structure.
Can an X-ray see through copper?
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah,
metal. Let's say if it's not copper, metal. Yeah. I don't know what it is.
It smells like copper though.
It looks like copper to me.
It smells like a penny.
Yeah.
It's a shame that
Troy.
It's a shame that Troy's not here, because Troy could probably identify a human skull.
I'm going to not apologize, but I'm going to.
Well, we're working it out. We're talking it out.
But you need this. You can't have everyone just agree with you right away that it's real. But you know what? The smell is convincing me.
Right.
That's what my hands smell like when I've been holding pennies too long.
Or skulls.
No, serious. Now it's really got me convinced that it could be real.
But the thing that gets me is like the guy was like, "Give it a gift. Think of your problem." And I gave it the $5, and it just.
Could you? Yours was solved within 12 hours.
In my mind, the tumbler's locked into place, and I was able to. You have
$5 you can do, and then next week we'll see if your problem got solved.
No.
I know you got a big problem. I know you got one.
Do it. Get him.
Come on, I'll put the $5 up.
You don't have to say what it is. And also, what are you holding on to pennies for too long? Is it when Sunday Jeff is around?
It does. It's definitely copper. It smells like copper.
Yeah, but see, that looks like, I don't know, maybe they braised it.
It looks
brass?
like, I don't know.
Hold on now. Get it. I mean, Q, put it back on its pedestal.
How did they do it? Were they like tucked under?
Well, when I saw it, it was just like, it was on it. Yeah, it just looked like, yeah.
Now, tell him how you did it, so he does it the right way.
Basically, what I did was kind of did it like not believing. I've kind of did it as like a LARF.
Oh, yeah, he's already a believer. You already got this fucker convinced.
But I just put it on there was a pile of 5s in front of it. So if you put it there, I guess
you got this chump fucking ready to fucking.
But you should tuck it in under like somewhere, because
okay, now
we're gonna have to move.
Now I know what your problem is.
Okay.
Don't fucking lie to the skull and not ask that problem, which we're thinking about.
Okay.
It's not about a car either.
We also, I don't know. Does it always work within fucking 12 hours? I don't know what the process is.
Well, we're going to give it a week.
Okay, yeah.
Until the next time we meet for Tell 'em Steve Day.
Okay, great. I want to figure this out just as much as you guys do. This thing, we could all agree, looks fucking
the 5,
freaky.
though?
Well, I guess I'm the owner now,
of the
so
skull?
I guess me now.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm supposed to give it the 5 and then...
Give it the 5.
Where do you slip it?
Well, you just put it on the base there.
Okay, then what was the next step?
Or right in my wallet.
Oh, I just didn't... I wasn't given instructions. I just thought of the problem while I gave it the gift.
The gift.
Yeah. Let's see what happens.
All right, get him.
Yep.
Now, I don't know the rules.
And you'll know if this problem is solved then.
And this is just... his problem is not... I don't know what Q's problem was, but it involved the same thing.
Oh, yeah? Mm-hmm. Okay.
This is weird.
It's weird how everybody's problems are usually revolve around
females. Yeah, trust me, I should give this thing fucking $5,000. Oh, come on, kissing devil, come back to life.
Here's your ATM card, to the devil.
Just swipe a credit card through it.
Just put one of those. What are those things? Those phone things now that they can put on phones to take credit
cube.
Cards? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Put it right on the anvil.
It's crazy. Isn't it a weird looking artifact? Like no matter what.
Yeah.
It's just a bizarre.
It's bizarre. Now you are also. I'm a little concerned.
Yeah. Because
you are dangerously coming close to Michael Jackson territory now.
Now I own human remains.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
You are becoming that weirdo.
Yeah, but he just wanted to buy the body of a specific person.
You're not using
you don't care if it's a specific
surgical drugs to fall asleep, are you?
Not surgical, no. No, not surgical.
Well, you're drinking a gallon of beer.
You're drinking Natty Ice, a gallon of it.
But it does have like a weird bulge on the back of the thing.
Yeah.
I think
it looks very creepy.
It's a different orientation.
Now, are you
and even in the copper, like even on the cheeks, there's little designs, there's little etchings.
Oh, yeah. Now, what are your plans? What are the future plans for the kissing devil?
Well, this is why I'm really freaked out today because I don't know.
Can we leave it in the case, or are you taking it home?
Well, I was going to take it home.
Okay.
I was going to take it home.
People would love to come in. You can make a lot more money if it's here.
Well, I can't think of it as I can't.
Well, your fucking old man did.
I know. I don't know what to do. But he died.
Yeah, a good long life.
He only had
didn't have any problems either.
It's weird because like all the designs are slightly off. You know what I mean? It's like
you're telling you would display this in your home.
I don't know what to do. Like I'm kind of still freaking out. Like this is all very new to me. You know what I mean?
All right. So you're taking it home with you today? Or
I'm taking it home. I'm going to see what I can do. I'm going to see what happens. I don't know what to do.
This could be like the Hope Diamond, though, Q.
I'm in uncharted territory here, Walt.
I kind of wish I was still at the track because I know people that have the digital X-ray machine. They could do the X-ray right here.
Is that the first $5 you made off of it?
I don't look at it as making $5. I don't know what to do with the money.
You can give it back to me.
Well, then I'm not sure it'll work then.
I don't give a fuck.
It's Giddim's problem, not mine.
I mean, I'll give it back to you, but I don't know if it's going to work.
You should take it and just like wherever you set it up.
If his problem doesn't resolve by next week, you give it back to me.
Okay.
I would keep it just.
And now resolve
salt.
could be
for salt.
Hey,
but you want to take the gift away from the Prussian kissing?
That usually doesn't happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Whatever. But get him now. We want some sort of truthful resolution. Are you willing to tell that on the air? As
of right now, yes.
Nice.
Okay.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Gidim. It's for the good of.
Yeah. No, it's
us.
Good.
I've been all about your welfare. You know it. I would never steer you wrong.
Yeah.
I look out for you constantly.
Yes, you do.
And that's not sarcastic either.
I don't know.
See, this one looks Chinese.
You know what?
No, this one does.
Like, I've never had an experience like this.
Really? Didn't you have a haunted Zippo?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I had the haunted
Zippo.
That's right.
It's on the say what was your dream.
Yeah, but that was,
That was bullshit.
That was kind of whatever it was. This is real.
Yeah, no, this one's real. Last time I tried to do this, that was bullshit.
I've upped my game.
Now you got a prop.
I don't know, man.
I should have made it about my wrist.
No.
Okay.
You should have did it about female problems.
I did.
That's what the skull's all about. Because that's what it did. It would go into the village. And it would
handle female problems.
Removing
females.
And kissing them.
Well, if it solves the female problem, or if it doesn't solve the female problem, give them another $5 because your wrist is going to need it. Now, this is something we can all get behind. With Christmas coming up, MVMT watches, and you pronounce that movement as in bowel movement. But except these watches ain't shit. They are awesome. It was founded on the belief that style shouldn't break the bank. The watchmaker's goal is to change the way consumers think about fashion.
Hey, Walt here. Sorry to interrupt Brian on this watch ad, but apparently Brian forgot to give a lot of pertinent information regarding MVMT watches. He forgot to tell you that you're going to get 15% off today with free shipping and free returns by going to mvmtwatches.com/TESD. That's MVMT watches, WTCHES.com/TESD. He forgot to tell you that this watch has a really clean design. Seriously. He forgot to tell you that he's been getting compliments ever since he put one on. He forgot to tell you that now is the time to step up your watch game. And the only way to tell time is with an MVMT watch. So please, go over there, check the watch out. Okay, now back to Brian's ad read, which gave you absolutely no information whatsoever. Thank you.
It's like, I don't know. I guess they're online. MVMT watches. Mother Victor, Mother Thomas watches.com/TESD. Join the movement. Speaking of the, are we revealing that it's Giddim's hand on the,
Well, I think anybody who listens knows it was Giddim's hand.
Anyone who's listened, yeah. If you haven't listened to the Christmas special, how dare you? You should go and get it right now.
TESDXmas.com.
$4.99 for 4 hours and 2 minutes.
That's only $1.25 an hour.
That's cheap, man.
Of pure Christmas entertainment.
And the sextology, all $20. Come on.
I need to make my $5 back. I just wasted it on a fucking.
We got to sell at least one more. But yeah, you were saying that somebody recommended that you smash his lump with a book, and that should take care of it.
Well, yeah, they call it. The Bible thumpers used to get this. They said. And what they would do is they would take a big, thick, heavy book,
like the Bible,
and smash it, smash the bump, and it would break apart inside. Now, I thought, I don't know, we got some pretty heavy books here, but I don't want any of the books getting damaged. All stuff we sell at J and Bob's is C10 mint.
Right.
And I'm not,
I have my eye on that John Romita signed Spider-Man over there.
What a Walking Dead omnibus.
we got.
You don't have any copies of Constellation Park sitting around you can fucking hammer that with?
Just drop the whole pallet on his hand.
Tape 10 of those together.
But I had a wrench in my car that would do the job.
Yeah. Wrench, book, whatever.
You
wouldn't let him smash it with a book? Just to...
He's unwilling to let me take a whack at that thing.
Literally.
Yeah. So what are your plans for it then? You've had almost 2 weeks now since we recorded, and
do you believe that it's a dandelion?
The pictures I've seen, yes, it seems to.
So why don't you just let us on air take a whack at that?
Because I've never read anything about it not being painful or painless or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna we'll just take a couple.
What's up, fucking fourth and down?
Well, you got to take care of it at some point.
Yeah, I will.
Medically.
All right, so you got one, Brian, or you want me to go?
Well,
Are you done, Q?
You said yours ties into this.
I'm done for now, buddy.
Can we take it off the table? It's freaking me out.
Is it freaking you out?
Yeah, I'm afraid it's going to fall also.
Yeah.
It's not also on the greatest...
no, the pedestal...
The pedestal isn't that secure.
No.
Pedestal altar? What would you call it?
I don't know.
An anvil.
I don't know.
Get him. I thought you should let... Somebody sent me their name isn't here, but it's Blade Runners Systems. BladeRunnersSystems.com sent me a sweet fucking butterfly knife.
Now, I will tell you something. I was holding it, gave it to Sunday Jeff. That guy was swinging it around like he's done it for his whole life. So I'm really wondering what's going on with him. That he knows how to swing around a ballad song like
that. And I asked you if I could cut it, open your cystic lump, and you said no.
Yeah,
this thing's sharp.
It is. I shaved some hair off my arm with it.
Nice knife, man. Thank you to whomever sent this Blade Runner Systems. But yeah, okay. You said that not only does yours tie into this, but Giddim's presence was necessary for you to.
Well, now that we have at the table no skeptics.
Not today.
Anymore. Maybe ever.
Yeah.
If you believe this, then you can't hold anything.
I'm very confused about this. I'll admit, I'm very confused about this.
Yeah, I don't want everyone to hear you fucking come at me for something that being ridiculous or
definitely nothing supernatural related. Give you that. Time travel related, maybe. But I am very unsettled right now.
I can't remember if you were a believer in the Illuminati before today. In your acquisition of the fucking Kissing Bandit.
Now he's diminishing
it's not present.
The Prussian kissing demons fucking lore.
Did you believe in the Illuminati or were you a skeptic?
No, I think that I could buy that. I think it was a reptilian elite I didn't buy into. But
you believe the Illuminati?
I think the Illuminati could exist. Or an Illuminati-like group could exist, yeah. And I think they're doing a great job.
Well, I don't think. I want to let you guys know that I have been officially contacted by the Illuminati.
Really?
It's official.
What was that? What was that fucking chuckle right there? What was that?
How'd they contact you?
Persian bitch.
Prussian. And it's not, all I'm doing is reporting on what happened.
What was that?
Nothing.
I mean, the first right out of the gate, you're chuckling.
Let me see what you got.
All right, so
I'm thrown off.
That came to me, came to us actually, because it says Secret Stash, Attention TSD. And look how it's handwritten too.
So it's to all of us.
In October, but I think it was for me personally.
It's a white envelope.
But look at the hand. Look at
from
the way it's
Texas.
Written. You weren't supposed to reveal where it was postmarked from.
Oh, we'll cut that out then. Okay.
No, you don't have to cut it out.
Okay. The return address just says Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Okay, so it's just a white, no return address, a Forever USA love stamp, and it says Secret Stash, Attention. This is okay.
You look at the handwriting. Right off the bat, it's striking, right?
Bold.
And it's like written by like somebody who's
authoritative
and mysterious.
Definitely mysterious,
right?
Yeah.
No return address.
No.
What's this?
That was in the envelope.
What is this?
Oh, you have to decode it?
What is this?
Can you take a picture of that so we can post that too, get him?
Yeah.
So it's something written in code with what looks like latitude and longitude on the bottom. Get them?
Yes.
And a little dick.
It's an omega symbol.
Yes.
Right?
It's either north or south. I can't remember.
Did you type in these coordinates?
Yes.
What comes up?
Well, me and Gidim were we attempted to solve this puzzle. We didn't know what it was before.
It looks like the letter appears to be written in what I'm not saying this is what it is, but like you know how in Star Wars when they go to a computer and there's some language you can't tell. That's what this is written on.
I initially thought it was Klingon, possibly Cardassian.
Okay, Kardashian.
Cardassian.
Okay,
what's Cardassian? Explain it to him.
Cardassian is one of the alien races. Yes.
Yeah, I got that.
Oh, you know what it is?
Sure.
It does not match any known sci-fi font.
Okay.
Or script.
And it's handwritten.
Yes.
And look at the handwriting on that.
That's pretty.
That looks
crazy.
like it's printed.
It's like calligraphy.
Oh, that's not a. It looks like a print, like a Xerox.
Well, no, I mean, but that's handwritten, brother.
Right, that's what I mean. But it's so neat that it looks like somebody.
Well, you can see that they did it in pencil first, and then did the writing over it. So they really wanted to make sure this was clear. Time was put into this.
So you guys haven't been able. They sent you the code.
No.
They broke the code.
We fucking broke the code.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay.
Now I believe
it looks like it's just words that aren't completed, right?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Let me see.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Scoff.
No, I'm not scoffing.
But I believe this was the Illuminati made an attempt.
No, it's not like that. I tried that too.
Q was putting it up to the glass to see if there was
like it was possibly Da Vinci-ish where he wrote backwards.
I'm not mocking. I'm trying to work with it.
You don't have to work on it. I already got it decoded right here.
But I want to see if I can decode it.
Yeah.
Good luck.
No.
Yeah, it took him in, get him.
You just fucking spent $650 on a piece of fucking junk, and now you're ready to decode Illuminati messages.
What are you, high? You want some medical grade anesthesia?
What was Michael Jackson fucking puffing? What was it that he was on? That he was
Propanol?
Yeah.
Anyway, I believe this was the Illuminati's.
Okay.
Was reaching out to me, and if I could solve the puzzle, that was the first step,
right?
To becoming, to letting them know that I am worthy.
Got you. I think it's a good test.
Well, do you want to read out loud to the listeners what the decoded message says?
You want me to do it?
Yeah.
All right.
Do you want to just read the top part? Oh, okay.
He snatches it away from him. I'll hand it to him. I'm in the Illuminati, not you.
What are you ripping off?
No, this is all bullshit that get him put on the bottom. Actually, let's just be honest with him, get him. You had to go outside. But I don't think the Illuminati is going to fault us for this. Because that just shows our level of wherewithal and our we had to go outside and find somebody who really knew about decoding puzzles and shit. Right? So you went to where?
I went to a group of people that I know. It's a private closed group, so...
And so this is the correspondence.
Pedophiles only.
Gatum asks, what language is it? And then the person from this unknown website that you, on the dark net.
Unknown group, yes.
What's it on the dark net?
Yes.
It's just a substitution.
Cipher.
The Silk Road.
What's that? Yeah.
I assigned each symbol an arbitrary letter of the alphabet and used some sort of formula to cheat. But I just want to. I think this was just a test to see if we could break it. We did, and now I think tonight,
when they listen to this,
when whoever sent this listens to it, I believe now it's just we're opening up a real dialogue now.
Okay,
all right. So you
because this is for they're like if they can't get past this, there's no way.
There's no way I belong in it.
Right.
But again, I mean, I haven't told you this, but I don't think the invitation's for both of us. But.
Okay, I'm good with that.
Right. Evidently, it's not even for me and Q, even though it's addressed to us.
All right, so here we go. We are Illuminati. Path to Enlightenment, Second Coming, and then there's some numbers.
What's the numbers? Read the numbers. That could be important. I want you to read the whole thing.
6017, 320. Twilight to the completion of the equinox. We are many, we are few, we are chosen. GPS coordinates are for Georgia Guidestones?
The Georgia Guidestones.
What are the Georgia Guidestones?
I mean, it's tough to explain. You have to see them.
You've seen them?
I've seen pictures of them. It's almost like a Stonehenge type formation that appeared overnight, and it gives directions, 10 guidelines to in order for the world to survive, which includes culling the population, and it's written in multiple languages.
Which was erected in 1980 on granite.
So, what do you guys think?
The designer and meaning of the guide. What, they just appeared one day?
Yes.
Right.
We are Illuminati, Path to Enlightenment, Second Coming.
That means spelled incorrectly.
Yeah, I know. I don't have to be in the Illuminati to know that. To the completion of the equinox. So this person who wrote it to you misspelled shit?
I don't know.
We are many, we are few.
But that could just be the way, that might be the way they spell it. In our dictionary, it's spelled incorrectly, according to my team of code breakers.
Right. Oh, so you guys didn't break this? Your code breakers broke it?
Yeah, we couldn't break it. We needed to look outside us to figure it out. But
are you sure you want to? I mean, this is your first step in becoming Illuminati. You sure you want to reveal that?
But I think it shows. I just want to be honest with them because they probably already know already I didn't solve it. They already know that I had to go outside my. That just shows my ingenuity and my ability to okay, I can't do it, but I'll find someone else who could do it.
Mm-hmm.
Just shows what the lengths I'm willing to go.
Right. You ask him.
Well, who else is there?
There's no one else.
We found somebody and we got it done.
Yeah.
That's all up to me. I hope that's all that needs to be done on this first test. And now the lines of communication are just going to open up.
They'll send you a second letter.
Send me a second test or a second thing, or maybe it'll be an invitation to join. And I got to be honest, I don't know if I'll be able to even podcast after that anymore.
Uh-oh. That sucks. Well, get him. You won't be the Illuminati, so
yes.
You can take Walt's place. Have you heard of this, the Cicada 3301? You must have heard of it, right, Get him?
Not that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's a name given to an enigmatic organization that on 6 occasions has posted a set of complex puzzles and alternate reality games to recruit code breakers. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
These puzzles still haven't been solved, right?
They said it's the most elaborate puzzle of the internet age, and no one can solve it. Kind of like the, what's his name, Zodiac. Like back in the day, some of those letters, they were never able to break the code.
Well, what do you think, Hugh?
Well, I've been reading up on the Georgia Fieldstone. They're pretty fucking interesting. This is, did he didn't tell you what the language is, or?
It's a simple substitution cipher. So you assign each symbol an arbitrary value, and you ever see the one that's in the newspaper? It's like this letter means Longfellow.
Sure.
That puzzle, it's the same thing, but you're substituting symbols for letters. So then you put in those, you assign the.
It's almost the simplest type of code you could write. Right?
No, I think a simple would be direct substitute. Yeah.
But I'm here to tell the Illuminati I'm ready to do whatever needs to be done. Whatever they ask.
Except take time and figure it out for yourself.
I tried to figure it out, and I was like, you know what? I can't do it, but you know what? That means you don't give up, though.
But you went to the guy with the highest, the allegedly highest IQ at the table, and he couldn't figure it out either. So whoever figured it out for you, get him. Is he a member of some secret society? I'm not doubting you.
The president surrounds himself with people that are knowledgeable about other things. He can't be an expert on everything.
Mm.
Right, of course.
Right, so
you've chosen Gidim to be your
expert.
You're surrounding yourself with Gidim. Hey, man, I love you. And you know what? He figured it fucking out. So who am I to?
But we both found a way to get it to get it figured out, to get it read and tell him Steve did.
Get him figured it out.
He didn't figure it out.
Sure he did.
Fucking went to some. He just fucking went to some website. But he knew where to go. He went on the dark net after I told him he wasn't allowed to do that on the internet here.
Go on the anonymous dark net, so it looks way more suspicious if somebody's.
So you don't believe it?
I'm not saying I don't believe it. I believe that Gidim was the one that got to the bottom of it.
So you think that after hearing this, well, you know what? If the Illuminati contacts me, I want them to see who the invitation was for. And now he's not part of TSD.
I'm not.
He's not?
No.
Well, I don't think anyone is suggesting that the letter was for him.
It was for me.
It's TSD. It's Will Flanagan.
He's woke. Now he's part of the Illuminati. He wants it all for himself.
I am not part of the Illuminati yet.
Right.
But hopefully after whoever's whatever organization sent this,
the door has been unlocked. Okay. Now it has to open, and he has to walk through it.
Right, and I have. I've walked through it now. Now I have to see if I'm welcomed.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got this letter, Bri.
Another one?
And this one was fucking addressed to me.
All right. All we were saying was the other one wasn't. Okay. Dear B. Walter von Flanagan.
Baron von Flanagan?
Okay, yeah. Wong Trading International. We have been contracted by a client to facilitate the shipping, handling, and documentation of several international packages being sent to your address. Our company prides itself on the privacy we offer our customers, so we cannot divulge any information about the sender of these packages. We assure you, however, that all customer packages are properly cleared before shipping and do not allow the transport of hazardous materials. All right. And they're based in Canada, so you're going to I was going to say like you're going to get anthrax or something.
Okay, now that letter.
That letter came with this?
That letter came with this letter that you're about to read to the listeners.
Okay. I won't give the lady's name at the end.
Why?
If you want me to.
I don't care.
I am not a religious woman, but I feel I must unburden my soul that I have done no scientist would have pursued. What I have done no scientist would have pursued. I was blinded by political rhetoric and flattery and the free hand I was given to make history in my lab at something 7, Arelsic 7 hubris. I am passing an awful weight on to you, even though I do not know you. I feel as if you need to know the truth. The subject was of your blood, even though I know you are very distant. I doubt if you even know of him, but you are the only kin he now has on this earth, and he deserves to have his story told. Why do I think a prince from Nigeria is involved in this? No. His name was redacted from the records I saw before they were all destroyed. All I was able to find was you. I'm getting the final effects in order and trying to figure out a safe way to get all this out of my country to you, as if like Canada's fucking the Ivory Coast. Be patient. I will tell you all I must. I cannot die with this still weighing down my heart. Yours truly, Dr. Anna Zarkova.
This came with this?
Yeah.
So they've already shipped something to you.
And this was also in the envelope.
Okay. It's a picture of an old postcard with what looks like, what would you say? This is like some like Russian?
Acrylic? Yeah.
Some sort of Russian language stamped on the back and a picture of people on what appears to be like a little like ferry or something.
Well, you got a hammer and sickle on the other side.
What I believe this is that a relative of mine was experimented on.
Mm-hmm.
And superhuman abilities were transferred to a relative of mine or something super,
right?
Whether it's intelligence or.
And these people believe that since you see the B in front, they believe you are a baron, and your last name is von Flanagan.
This is weird. This is a weird picture.
Yeah, it's very weird. What about the letter?
It looks old too. It doesn't.
What about the typed letter here?
Yeah, it's very bizarre.
With no,
I feel like that is
with no date.
I don't feel like this is an actual typewriter. I think this is a font on a computer.
I don't know. Some of the letters don't look even, though, right?
Yeah, but look at the back. There's not a strike. You know how like typed letters have like the strikes through it? Mm-hmm. This doesn't have that. So that takes it away from me a little bit that they didn't use an actual typewriter.
Why would they have to use a typewriter in 2016?
But that means then they made a choice to use a typewriter font to make it look a certain way. And if you care that much about it, I'd be more impressed if this was in Times New Roman. Like they're going for an effect here. If this is serious, why do they need to go for an effect?
So you're saying that, like, because there are certain programs you can use that'll make it look typewritten.
Yeah, you can just put typewriter font into Word.
Right.
But it's definitely not a typewriter.
His name was redacted from the records. Somebody else, I don't know. But look at the way that Z is so close to the H, though, right? Mm. That does look a little off.
I believe that...
And the A is higher than the... And see, like how the capital A is higher than the...
Yeah.
We're going to have to... Are we going to take pictures of all these documents and put them out there for the people?
Kim can take pictures of it if he wants.
You can redact whatever you want before...
No, there's nothing... What I'd like to believe happened here...
Right.
Is that I, through this person who was experimented on, I was passed on to
which you just made up in your head.
You know, my superhuman cousin.
You just made that up.
What are you talking about?
You just said that. You said what I believe is that...
No, what I'd like to believe.
Right, okay.
What I'd like to believe is what would make more sense to me and solve a lot of the questions that I have.
The only explanation
is that this blood relative of mine,
yes,
was experimented on, gained either extraordinary mental prowess or physical prowess, and now that is now courses through my blood too.
But what is
a guy who doesn't have a tendon in his leg and can't figure out the simplest fucking code to get into the Illuminati?
What would a tendon have to do in the leg?
Scoff if you will.
Because you're saying you've got physical prowess?
No. I'm saying, it may.
You're almost as broken down as me.
It may manifest itself when I need it the most.
Okay.
You know, it may not pop out until.
Well, the good thing is
we're only learning these things now.
We're going to have an answer soon.
Why?
Because she's getting all of his stuff in order and getting it to you because she wants you to tell the story.
It's been a while since that came. I've had to have had that for at least a couple weeks. And
since November 8th, 2016.
Yeah, so there hasn't been any follow-up to that. But why the two letters, though?
Did they come in the same envelope or no?
Yeah.
Same envelope?
Well, this was in an envelope, and then another envelope was inside that envelope.
Oh, okay.
Why bother to send two letters like that?
Did you Google Wong Trading International?
I am not going to talk about that.
Okay. But I'm sure you did it on the darknet if you did it at all.
So what? Come on now. Now you want to hear? You want to hear a retail?
Yeah, I'm saying
I'm both of these. I'm both of what I brought to the table. Those are my two things for the overkill tonight.
Right.
Two things that I think really put a fucking exclamation point on everything that like what's been leading up to now.
Yeah.
Illuminati is real.
Yes.
Illuminati is interested in me. And I have relatives that have superhuman abilities.
Right.
Or had. Because they're saying he's gone.
But I feel like this one I could
Von Flanagan in the lineage.
Actually
that's right, you have daughters.
I am the last Von Flanagan. Von?
Von. Yeah. What's my name again?
I had two daughters. There's no chance that when I die, the bloodline dies with me.
Well, the name dies. The bloodline doesn't die.
That's right. Yes, yeah. The name will die with me. Unless the Baron is immortal. And this could be all about what this is all about.
I feel like really all I got to do is sit back on this one and wait. Because I think you're going to be getting a packet full of information.
What I want, get him. Why I've asked you also to be here tonight.
Okay. Listen, I bring in an actual skull, and he mocks it. But some asshole mails in a letter from nowhere, and he's like, "Fucking suddenly a superhuman powers." Like, how is this right? Like, what the fuck, man?
Where's the justice?
Where's the fucking justice? Is right, man.
So far, out of the stories you've heard tonight, get him. Which do you believe most likely?
But what do you not believe about my story?
Don't try to sway
I'm not. I'm asking you, Walter. What do you not believe about my story? What part don't you believe?
I don't know if it's not I don't believe, but I'm a little worried that it's not a real skull. Okay. I was a little worried that it wasn't real copper, but the smell has convinced me it's copper.
Right.
I'm a little worried that you may be lying. Because I don't believe that a fucking antique store was open on Thanksgiving. I don't believe that it was that.
I'll show you the receipt.
The receipt that you brought in today? Well, yes, today was Black Friday. We know it was open.
Oh, okay. All right.
Look at this modern receipt pulling out.
Yes, it's not even in code.
It wasn't written in blood?
This isn't it. This is the restaurant.
It's not encrypted.
Oh, you'd expect it to be the old-timey typewriter.
That's not the right receipt. It's not the right receipt.
Oh.
Well.
I don't know. I mean, I don't want to. Well, get them. Which of the stories you've heard tonight, and bearing in mind you still got Brian's to hear, so far, which one is the most intriguing and the most likely to be true?
Well, my skepticism aside, I think that I'm thinking that these people saw this yokel that they thought that they could dupe and sold him a story about his grandfather dying, and I'm going to sell the skull to the first person who walks up.
But he wasn't for sale. I went back the next day.
You know how many times we have people asking us if stuff we tell them is not for sale is actually for sale?
You know what? When I get in the Illuminati, I'm going to look out for you.
Thank you.
I'm going to make sure that you're taken care of.
In a good way or a bad way?
Yeah.
No, in a good way. Like, you know how you had a shitty
You know what?
So far?
I want you to take.
When I get in, I'm going to make sure that like things start to go your way a little bit more.
I've known you for 5 or 6 years. I could have done it pre-Illuminati.
I have. I started. I gave him a job.
It's true. Yeah, I mean, how much do you want this guy doing for you? Like, he has to go and join the fucking Illuminati now just to fucking...
You know what, though? I'm going to say this. I don't want the $5. You take it back. Take it back.
But it won't work then.
We don't know how it works.
But you don't know if that's going to fuck up... Well, if you're
I don't give a shit whether it fucks him up. He just called me a yokel. I hope it fucks him up. I hope this a fucking... what is it? The Prussian kissing fucking devil?
Now you're fucking yourself up, though.
No, I'm not fucking me up. I'm his caretaker.
The skull wanted the money.
No. I'm the skull's fucking caretaker, man. So now on behalf of the skull, which you were insulting, refuse your gift, and now you have to pay the price.
Jed Clampett wouldn't have fucking gave that $5 back.
And look what happened to Jed Clampett.
Yeah, he lived a long fucking healthy
Nobody
happy
even gave
life.
a shit enough to fucking go to
Barnaby
his funeral.
Jones.
He didn't have... I'm sure he
Take the $5 back, and now whatever happens to you is on you. Okay?
If you report back a negative, oh boy, you're going to be sorry.
You've insulted the skull.
Well, can we at least get in without getting into the dirty details what it is?
It doesn't matter. I don't give a shit. The money's back. The skull has rejected it. I hope it all goes south. Keep laughing. Keep laughing and watch your problems
because he thought mine was more believable than yours?
Yeah.
That's fucking being a fucking
No,
jerk.
he specifically said...
That's just being a brat.
He said he doesn't believe in the skull. So then take the money back.
You're saying you don't believe in it at all.
Well, he believes it's a skull.
Powers.
He believes it's a skull.
You believe it may be a real skull, though?
Yes.
Why? Okay, so that's not good enough for you?
No.
Now he has to fucking believe in your fucking voodoo?
Well, he did insult him. He was like a mark. He's like, here comes a dupe.
Don't worry about it. Listen to me.
Is that chalk I see on your shoulder?
Let me explain something to you, buddy. Don't worry about it. You're right. I'm a yokel. I don't know what I'm talking about. We don't want your money. You are the skull.
He's saying please.
You are banned from the favors of the fucking Prussian kissing devil skull. You're done. And I hope you suffer the fucking consequences.
I will make sure, if I get in, that there will be no consequences. And that, like, whatever. You really think that some piece of fucking ivory is more powerful than the Illuminati? Fucking people who shape the world?
Keep going.
Are those ivory? Is that ivory shaped into teeth? Because yes, it would be more important to him.
All right. So, but we still have Brian. Still has to go. So maybe he might win tonight.
I don't think so.
If Gideon gets fucking hit by a car or something like that, Then we'll know.
Why? Why would all of a sudden now it's the Hope Diamond?
Now I think yeah, we don't know.
What are you talking about? Now you're really going against the fucking grain of.
I am telling you.
You had it
spirit of the
fucking
skull.
6 hours, and now you're turning it into something that it never was. It's like now it could cause people to die.
It's like the monkey's paw.
You don't deserve that fucking skull.
The fucking I do deserve it. I fucking paid for it.
Now you're abusing it. Now you're trying to.
I'm not abusing it. I'm caretaking. I'm not going to let it take money to be mocked.
To you.
I'm not going to let the skull take fucking money to be mocked. It's not going to happen. You guys don't have to. I have to fucking live with it.
He's looking at it too.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I was calling to this goddamn thing. The fucking thing not only called me, it solved my problem, and I'm not saying it killed its owner to come into my possession, but it did happen. And now I'm not going to sit here and let fucking get him, Steve Dave, mock it. Take your money back and you live with the consequences.
So you're not worried that it could kill you to find its new owner?
If it does, it does. What am I going to do?
I'll bet you if Walt came in with that skull right now, he'd be like, he would not be able to.
He'd be like, does that skull have a dick I could suck? He'd be like, is there a bony dick I could shove in my throat?
Oh, look how fucking bitchy he is.
I'm not bitchy.
That is a bitch right there. That's being a bitchy. That is being so bitchy.
I'm not being a bitch. Something I fucking experienced something. If something happens, my friends are calling me liars. You have to fucking bring this here today.
Hey man, I believe you.
What was all that shit earlier before we started? Like you're on the phone, fucking Googling shit. You're like, okay, I got it all figured out. And like, what did that have to do with that skull?
Nothing.
What did that have to do with that skull? Really?
Nothing.
You were showing Brian like, okay, I got it. And then you're like, and then you're gonna
this
text.
Seals the deal.
Oh, this seals the deal.
Yeah.
Remember?
It had nothing to do with this. It had nothing to do with
I
the
asked you,
skull.
does it have to do with what has to do with tonight? And you're like,
yeah,
but not this.
Well, no, it had to do with where it was being placed.
Well, I don't want to give them any information. They need to forget about it.
Why would that skull need modern day technology?
Because I was looking up.
Is it Bluetooth compatible?
Honestly, I'll tell you, what I was looking up was to see if I can get it across, if it's legal to have in New York City.
You know what? After you left that dive today, they just put up another fucking person just a skull right after you left.
Open the door.
Not for sale.
Open the door and there's the old guy in the back tapping away a new one.
Should have brought yourself a magic 8-ball and fucking saved yourself $630.
He's going to hold on to his magic beans for the next overkill. He's like, fuck it. I won't show him then.
I'll keep this people holding myself.
Hey, man.
Tomorrow I'm going to climb that fucking stalk and get myself some golden eggs.
Yeah, I'm going to piss on you. From the clouds, I say.
That ain't rain, bitches.
I hope it hits you in the head.
All right.
Get him. You're going to regret it, though. He
fucking is going to regret it.
If whatever it is you're experiencing,
if my life becomes worse,
goes against you, yeah.
He's got fucking boils.
Yeah.
His girl won't talk to him now.
That's true.
His fucking truck just fucking blew out. There's nothing more that could go wrong for him.
That's what you think.
And now the Illuminati's looking out for him.
But he could have been riding off your $5, and he turned that down.
All right.
All right, Brian. What's your story?
Mine was about the Titanic.
The Titanic
Brian,
Olympic connection.
Do you have an issue that you can try this out, the skull? Because I'm not giving the chance anymore.
Oh my
It'll
God.
take his $5, but not Walt's.
I will take his $5. You're not getting.
You should have a couple things.
The problem is narrowing it down to one. Yeah.
But can you ask it something that can be solved within 7 days? Hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Would you?
Will you tell us what it is, or would that break the fucking rules, Q? I don't
know the rules.
You're the caretaker now. You make the rules.
I would think that you can't.
Loose and goose.
But who knows?
Fourth and down.
Fourth and down.
No problem coming up with a title this week.
Here we go. I'm going to put the skull.
I want to hear the J. Sarge's creepy kids like, fourth and down.
Here we go. All right. The fucking
skull is back on the table.
You going to spin it?
All right, Brian.
The anvil.
Okay, so this would have to write itself by next Friday then, within 1 week.
Oh, hopefully. I mean, there's no, I mean, like you said, we don't know if
Take it serious. Do me a favor. Because I'm telling you, like, I experienced something with this thing.
All right.
Closing your eyes, that's definitely a sign of taking it seriously.
Look how
I'm thinking about it.
Look how he's cupping the skull.
He's trying to hide the fucking made in Taiwan sign.
All right. Brian's put the $5 on the pedestal.
It's there.
All right. Okay.
Now we'll see. Within 1 week, I'll tell you next week what it was.
Be completely honest.
I'll write it down and I'll seal it in an envelope.
Persian?
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Prussian.
The Peruvian
We'll have a
kissing
Prussian
bandit.
skull update next week.
Yes.
All right.
For anybody who's
And then Q, if it works out, if it does work out,
Yeah.
we should open up the PayPal. We can open up the PayPal. Wait, listen to me.
No.
We open up the PayPal and we take $5 a pop.
This isn't money making. And by the way, I think they would have to mail $5 in. I don't think it works.
No. If you put a phone underneath it, that gets the email about the $5.
I don't want to fucking figure out a way to make money off this thing. I think I got something on my hands.
Okay.
But
That's a first. That's a first.
That's how fucking serious I am about this. I'll tell you what, though. I don't think PayPal would work. I think they'd have to mail $5 in.
All right. But to make sure, maybe they better mail in 10. And address it to me.
no TESD shit.
I'll make sure your shit gets fucking worked on.
Please allow 2 to 3 weeks for
People
delivery.
do it all the time. Isn't that like Day of the Dead? That's what that whole thing is about, right?
Well,
Isn't that like offering up shit and praying to the spirits, or is Day of the Dead for like taking care of relatives?
I have no fucking clue.
All right, Bri. The Titanic.
So the Titanic. The question is, did the Titanic actually sink, or was it part of an insurance scam?
It was sunk on purpose?
Yes.
You're not saying it didn't sink, that it was sailed to another part of the world. And
This is an interesting one. I know this one. So.
that's why you're here, get him. Yeah.
Right. It's okay.
Not for much longer.
So it takes off.
Was that saying that he's not going to be on this earth much longer? Or you mean he's not allowed to appear on TSD no more?
No. He could always appear. As long as he's alive, he could appear on TSD.
Well, I wish that within 7 days, Kid would meet his fate.
That's fucked up.
That's what I asked the skull. Titanic was one of 3 Olympic-class ocean liners built. The Olympic was launched a year before the Titanic, but it shared its more famous sister ship's poor luck. Within months of its launch in 1911, it had 2 serious collisions. And some have suggested that the damage to the Olympic was more serious than they admitted, and it was a write-off. Repairs would be ruiningly expensive, running into the millions of pounds. And they're saying that White Star, the ocean liner company, and J.P. Morgan devised an insurance scam to try and salvage their investment, which would mean the Olympic, the theory goes, would be swapped with the Titanic and sunk in a staged accident. The Titanic, now disguised as the Olympic, would then carry on in service. So the Titanic actually never sunk. It was a ship that was damaged twice in
They killed
unrelated.
those people that don't even give a shit.
The 2 ships were essentially identical, save for minor differences. They were moored side by side in dry dock. The swap would entail nothing more elaborate than swapping a few nameplates and plaques. And this is evidence for portholes. Proponents of the swap theory pointed out disparities in the number of portholes on the ships. The Olympic had 16, the Titanic had 14. So they're saying where the portholes change or just aesthetic changes.
Wait, they're saying for a fact in pictures of what's supposed to be the Titanic is not the correct amount of portals?
Right. They're saying photographs taken of the Titanic in dry dock showed it had 14 portholes, but at the time of its doomed maiden voyage, it now had 16, just like the Olympic. So was this evidence that the ships had been swapped, or they had just added 2 extra portholes as part of an aesthetic change to the Titanic? Other evidence supports a switch. The windows on the Olympic were somewhat unevenly spaced, but more evenly spaced on the Titanic. The damage to the Olympic after its collision with the Hawk, which was a military ship, lent it a noticeable and permanent 2-degree list to port. The undamaged Titanic had no such list. However, one second-class passenger who survived the sinking, reported that the Titanic did, in fact, list to port. Would you be able to tell that get him a 2-degree list?
He could.
I know he could. Let's say he was doing the fucking Kate Winslet at the bow of the fucking Titanic.
He's lying naked on the side with a fucking
throwing
pendant on.
Well,
paint me like your French girl.
Got it from college.
how mad he is. Like reveling now, trying to fucking dismantle him. Trying so hard. But Brian, do you believe that this is possible?
Look, man, I don't trust governments at all, ever, and super rich people.
The government's not involved in this.
I'm saying I don't trust the governments, and I don't trust super rich people who I think hold sway over governments. There was a nationwide coal strike during the launch of the Titanic.
I like the tone of your voice.
This had led to well, that's true. You do run the country, don't you? And you are super rich. You did stay at the Wildlife Safari Park in Florida. This led to thousands of firemen, boiler stokers, and greasers short of work. Yet despite this, the Titanic struggled to find crew, with many men refusing to work on the ship at any price.
So wait, you're saying they were on strike and they couldn't find people to work?
Yeah, they're saying that even though they're saying that they were short of work because of the coal strike, but these guys wouldn't work on it anyway.
Yeah, well, scabs usually aren't treated that well.
Scabs.
Yes, people go against a strike.
I know.
Oh, okay.
Remember the NFL? Remember they brought the scab players in?
Yeah.
Yeah, fourth down. Fourth and down, bitch.
Yeah.
You don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. What year was that?
I thought that was movie The Replacements. Maybe I'm getting them confused.
A movie. Yeah. Was that the year that
was it a Keanu Reeves movie?
Sandra Bullock played on the team?
You don't remember the year that the NFL actually brought in fucking like street players in?
I remember. I don't remember the exact year, but I do remember it happening.
87.
Was it?
For 4 games. Like, you could have
those
fucking
had
been
been
on
awesome.
the Giants.
How were those games?
Those games were some of the worst football ever played. But for 4 games, there was a whole bunch of players who
living a dream.
Like, I can't believe
I am fucking wearing the Dallas Cowboys helmet.
They're officially in the roster for all time.
Now, all kidding aside, you should look into optioning the story of this. I guess you'd have to fucking NFL may own it.
Yeah. I can't believe they haven't made it yet.
This story is unbelievable.
Isn't it almost like that, what's that Invincible movie with
Mark?
So does that mean that whatever team won the World Series, they would have gotten rings?
World
Series.
The World Series rings?
The Super Bowl.
Right, the Super Bowl rings.
What happened was the NFL played, I think it was 2 games with the regular players, and then the NFL players thought they had they'd have more leverage if they went on strike during the season rather than the off season. They're like, well, they'll have to definitely meet our demands because they're not going to.
Right.
But the NFL was like, if you strike, we're going to bring in scab replacements, and the players didn't believe it. And sure enough, they brought in scab replacements. 2 weeks they had to find every team, all 28 teams or 30, whatever it was back then, had to find complete rosters from just fucking guys who were fucking selling hot dogs.
Wow.
2 weeks earlier, were now fucking out on NFL fields wearing NFL uniforms playing football on fucking network TV. Monday Night Football they were on.
That's crazy.
So they didn't even get like college players who were good?
Yes, I'm sure there was a lot of college players.
The vendors were there. Put that hot dog down, you dummy. Put that pigskin down. Pick up this pigskin.
No, I'm assuming that 99% of the players were players who got cut, in the last couple of years who had played college ball, but there was plenty of players that had just played high school ball.
Right.
It's an amazing story.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Not great for the ratings back then, and a lot of people would not consider it a great moment. I mean, I think a lot of people would say it was one of the darkest moments.
Right.
Because they're putting a product on the field that was so
inferior.
That's what I'm saying.
So not modern day where like every time you turn around, some NFL guy's kicking the shit out of his wife or girlfriend. It was when hot dog vendors were playing.
I guess it would be like if we could make it a week and we enlisted somebody else to do Tell 'em Steve.
Like Mike and Ming were the scabs.
I was just putting on fucking tea.
Mike, Ming, Rob Bruce, some waitress from Surf Taco.
All right, back to the Titanic, though.
Okay,
and the Olympic.
So rumors were circulating amongst the workers that the ships had been swapped as part of an insurance scam and it was going to be sunk, and they think they didn't want to have any part of that. They didn't they knew people might die in this sinking. Last minute cancellations. J.P. Morgan, who owned the White Star Parents Company, was due to travel but canceled his trip. Industrialist.
Now, J.P. Morgan, as I
Henry
recall,
Clay
was a female.
No, you're not on the Gong Show. J.P. Morgan, one of the richest guys who ever lived, the banker, financier.
Was that his wife, though?
No.
His widow or something?
No, I don't think so.
No, the Titanic sunk in the fucking early 1900s. The Gong Show was in the 70s.
She was old.
She wasn't that old, but she was a Titanic survivor.
Yeah, but he would have married a lot young. He was the richest man in the world back then.
He died,
like a 15-year-old.
Like Anna Nicole.
No.
I'll check and see if J.P. Morgan of the Gong Show is any relation.
I bet you she may be. I'm going to go.
It would be awesome if she was.
Be a relation to the J.P. Morgan that you're thinking of.
Okay, well she spells her name differently. Jaye P. Morgan. She was born in 1931. Let's see. I'm not seeing anything. She was a singer. She had her own show, the J.P. Morgan Show. Yeah, they probably buried it. It's all redacted.
Wait, what
CIA files? What's
31.
that? 1931. She was born.
And the Titanic sank in like 1912, 1911?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
So she was.
So she wouldn't have been born for another 20 years.
All right, so
well, you're saying that maybe she was. Oh, she got. Wait a second, Walt. Wait a second. Hold on a second. She was born Mary Margaret Morgan. She got the nickname J.P. Morgan after the banker J. Piermont Morgan because she was the class treasurer at her high school.
Okay.
So there's a connection.
It's a web.
There is a connection. They're not directly related.
I knew there would be, and I was right.
Yeah.
All right, we can continue.
Okay. So the other J.P. Morgan, the lesser known financier.
You're gonna love this episode. You know how like sometimes you just know people are gonna love this one.
He was seen perfectly well with his mistress in France the day the Titanic sunk. Industrialist Henry Clay Frick, his wife, banker Horace J. Harding, and billionaire George Washington Vanderbilt, all connected to Morgan, canceled at the last minute.
He warned them.
Yeah, he gave him the heads up, man.
All right. So again, if you had to put money on this, Bri, are you going to come out now as a
more than $5
about the Titanic?
I'm going to say,
Titanic
wait a second. The lack of media scrutiny.
The total lack of interest.
Yeah, no one cares. I'm like, this is fucking crazy. Why won't people listen? It says insurance scams and maritime fraud were common at the time of the Titanic sinking because of the lack of media scrutiny.
You know how to go, like it would be career suicide to be like a 9/11 truther. Like you definitely would cause you to possibly be considered to be removed from comic book men if you were to like,
right.
But like the Titanic, you're kind of safe.
Like that too.
Yeah. Like, just let them keep talking about it. Yeah.
But if you
it's all here. Here's the facts.
If you had to lay some whole
that chalkboard.
The yard.
The yard.
Yeah.
Wearing a lab
to J.P. Morgan on the Gong Show.
It's there. The connections.
But cold hard cash.
You're only too blind to see.
Right.
You got to lay it down on conspiracy or no conspiracy. What do you lay it down on?
I'm going to go with no conspiracy, and I'll tell you why.
I'm glad that you brought it for overkill then.
Something you don't believe in yourself.
You never know.
Oh my God!
But I'm going to go with no conspiracy because, like, when they, I went to that Titanic exhibit, and you see all this shit. And like all those plates with the Titanic stuff on it, like they would have had to move everything, absolutely everything out of that one ship.
And I believe James Cameron would never have made the movie if he had any inkling that it was a fake.
Well, also like all that shit he did afterwards.
Right. Did he do JFK too? Like he would have loved to have a conspiracy.
No, that was Oliver Stone.
Yeah.
James Cameron.
I think they're the same person. I've been told.
Right.
You got a phone call in the middle of the night.
Just like Alex Jones and Bill Burr.
Well, get him. I will save get him for last.
Yeah.
Oh, get him as one too.
No. I want to hear his weigh in though on this one.
I could see it.
So again, cold hard cash. You lay on one side.
Well, if I have to lay cash down, I'll probably say no conspiracy because I think that's probably more likely. But I do think it's possible. that it's a conspiracy.
If we had asked you this last week,
no, I would have said no way. Prussian, the skull of the Prussian kissing devil.
I didn't say anything derogatory. I said pre-kissing skull. I said I just left out the word
kissing devil,
Prussian and devil.
I did.
My worldview has definitely changed a little bit in the past 24 hours.
He's not being reductionist at all.
Worldview. Now it's worldly.
No, my world, how I view the world has changed.
All right, get him. Now you've heard 3 stories tonight.
Yes.
Three things brought to light that were once clouded and murky, and one of which has never been heard anywhere on the face of the earth, probably, other than a little shithole in fucking Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
That barn, yeah.
Or in Prussia, in a village in Prussia. Yeah. And then
do we have many Prussian
on earth? The greatest shitholes on earth, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. After Getaway's in, we got to talk about the ongoing theft of material from this show. It's fucking insane.
Go ahead. Let's hear the weigh in on Brian's Titanic.
I'm a little versed on the Titanic Olympic.
Don't be modest. You're fucking versed on everything, and it's never little. There's nothing you do that's little, bitch.
Because I have a friend who is a proponent of that conspiracy theory. So
you go big because you don't want to go home. It's too cluttered and fucking carcasses.
He goes big because he has no idea of basic calorie intake. It's fucking big.
Oh, that's fucking shit.
So I personally don't believe Bry's theory holds any water whatsoever, because it would have easily been disproven by, you could just say they just swapped nameplates, but there was constructional differences between the 2 ships. And it's easy to believe that back then they may have misidentified a photo, and that's what people are using as identification. Or in the subsequent years, he got mislabeled.
What about all these super rich people canceling at the last minute?
Well, look at 9/11. You have a bunch of people who missed their flights, who canceled their flights. It's a coincidence. If they were all going for the same party and one guy canceled, well, why the rest are we all going to go?
J.P. Morgan saying he's sick, and then he's seen with his mistress cavorting about.
Well,
how many days later?
He might be like, I'm going to say I'm sick so I can cavort with my mistress.
Yeah. And you don't think you'd be happy with your mistress?
What's that?
You don't think you'd be happy with your mistress if you were cavorting around with her?
Yeah, you're more likely you're going to be happy.
Yeah.
Right.
You're in France.
Yeah. And I'm with my mistress.
Yes.
And I'm cavorting.
So get them after these 3 revelations. Which one do you side with?
I just on proof alone and facts, I would have to say that I'm more prone to the. I mean, look. I mean,
what proof? What proof?
Look at
some fucking
look at
dude.
This letter.
Some dude from Texas mails in a fucking letter with no thing.
Dallas, Texas, where JFK was murdered.
So, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? Yeah, it's a letter.
He did bring that up when I showed it to him. That's the first thing he said.
Dallas, Texas, where JFK was murdered.
I said, don't talk about that.
It also says October 1st. You guys been sitting on this?
It took us a while to figure it out.
All right.
Or to not figure it out, as the case is.
What?
Or to not figure it out.
What are you talking about? We fucking got it figured out. Why are you trying to make it sound like we didn't figure it out? Just because we had to go outside of our expertise, I think that's more
I'm surprised,
telling.
Given that much time, Gidim wasn't able to break that code. I'm surprised. I thought,
why?
He's always boasting about this high IQ and
but
shit.
So what? Who cares what he says?
Yeah.
How about evidence pointing to the contrary?
Yeah, proof and fact, just like the Titanic.
Languages have always been
every single other fucking fact pointing to none.
So this letter addressed to me on October 1st.
He thinks if he says it enough times, it'll be true.
is the most likely.
I think it has more provenance than the Peruvian kissing
your little
devil.
cock sheep over here fucking backs you at every play, and I'm supposed to be surprised by this? Jesus Christ.
Well, look.
You're sucking at your teat right now. Is he getting overtime for this shit?
No. The door's locked.
And I'm clocked out.
All right, but real quick, you want to talk about people stealing?
I've heard on many occasions that 1 True 3 has been stolen by a few prominent shows. Yeah. Jimmy Fallon, the Today Show or something. Somebody told me on Twitter. But something so close to home.
was stolen, or like Comedy Central.
Shitholes was stolen by Tosh.
And even called shitholes, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they did it in America, though. I think they said shithole towns. He probably
because they didn't have the fucking courage to go outside of America. Because that's what fucking everybody wants. Everybody wants to bash America. But if you had fucking the balls to bash India like we did.
Right.
I mean, the only safe place to bash is New Zealand.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, from that commercial, yeah.
Or Sweden.
Wait, Sweden was part of Prussia?
Yeah.
I'm not mocking that place.
Throw some balls, Tosh.
But so close to home.
Right. But again, though, and then what was that was just another instance, and then recently.
A true TV show.
True TV show. Stealing fuel.
Billy Eichner on the street. Did something with Seth Rogen. Are you aware of this?
No.
Billy Eichner went out on the street with Seth Rogen.
Right.
And Seth Rogen had a big camera covering his face like he was recording. And Billy Eichner goes up to people and says, "Hey, did you hear Seth Rogen died?" And then gets their response. And
their initial response. Their cold response.
There's only one thing to do. That's to get Simmy back in here and fucking make him answer for this.
I don't believe. I am never going to go out on this kind of limb and say that that he had anything to do with it. But I want him to come back in here and kind of apologize, because he fucking really took a tone that was very dismissive.
You're right.
Condescending
and kind of laughed in my face.
You're
and then
right.
this other fucking network that he fucking bows to is fucking is running shit that he fucking scoffed at.
Well, I'm sure Simmy would love to come back in and answer to this.
Under those
fucking guidelines.
Because I really was. I believed in coincidences. Totally believe.
Well, in reality, it was probably shot.
Yeah.
In way before.
But I don't appreciate
the high horse mockery
of mocking it and being like and really being like, you're an idiot. And then it's showing up on the network that he.
That's now you know. For. You got to tell him that you know what funny is. You got to tell him.
He's going to have to be shouting at him on the phone.
Yeah, you're right. You had to battle to keep. The map behind you, right?
And you lost that battle. Right. I bet you Billy on the Street next season is going to have a fucking map behind him.
Let's see. Is he on that Eichner show?
If he's not, he doesn't work in that show, does he?
Simmy, I don't think so, no.
Right. Okay, he says, somebody said, this is 4 days ago.
I would call him now, but it's Friday. He's got that Jewish thing when wants to light.
I thought that was Saturday.
No, it starts at sundown on Friday.
So he can't go out on Black Friday then, huh?
You can go during the day.
How horrible that must be for him.
It starts Friday night, sundown on Saturday night.
All right, well,
I guess somebody said something about it. And, to Simmy, yeah. And he said, Walt and tell him Steve Dave an example of funerals on Billy on the Street. And then she added Simmy K. This is a tank top aunt. Brought the hard hitting questions. What the fuck? And Billy Eichner, he tweeted, "I hit the street with Seth Rogen in disguise." He really wasn't disguised though. Told people Seth had just died and got their reactions. This is Death Rogen. Simmy said, big difference between one segment and an entire series premise. But still, maybe the idea has legs, and he did spell legs with a Z, which I thought was pretty funny.
Like a big difference, a-hole.
Oh, that's Simmy. That's what he does.
You think that's the unspoken or the untweeted right there is like, hey, asshole.
Well, you know what, though? I think I saw this online. I thought it was pretty, I liked it. TSD makes, the world takes.
Oh.
I want that tattooed on some ant. Okay? Get that tattooed, please.
And what do they get out of it?
How about a 4-color Demons medium jersey
with someone else's name on it?
With the name Chambers on it.
More like Chambers.
I tried to get the C off and it didn't work. But the first person that
but they could just put a patch over there.
They could put it's called, I forget what that's called, but they could put the the little patch. What I'm going to have. Actually, I'm going to see if I can get one made that says TSD. But the first person that gets that tattooed somewhere on their body, TSD makes, the world takes, is going to get this jersey. And what I hope maybe Simmy will do.
Yeah.
What would be a nice apology. Not an apology, but like an olive branch for this. Get us some cash to do a pilot of Are You Worse Than Hitler?
Okay.
Right?
To do a sizzle reel.
Sizzle reel. For All You're Worse Than Hitler. just to show that we could fucking pull it off.
Okay. All right.
We're the producers.
Well, can we say project?
Exec producers.
And we'll meet you and Bri, and we get.
I don't think Are You Worse Than Hitler is going to sail on television. I would say 1 True 3's got a better shot.
But Are You Worse?
Now we're going up against the.
Well, you can't have Hitler in the title.
Okay, but we'll work on the name. But the concept, though, of Are You Worse Than Hitler? Are you worse than Jared? Are you worse than Osama bin Laden? Who was the other? Are you worse than the dude with the
Jeffrey Dahmer?
Ponzi scheme?
Just the name would be Are You Worse Than ...
No. Who's the?
Madoff.
Are you worse than Madoff? And then finally, Are you worse than Hitler? We'll call it. Are you the worst person? Worst person on earth. That's it.
I hope he gives it worst person on earth.
You just got to give us what? How much does it cost to do a sizzle reel?
Oof, I don't know.
10 grand?
For something like that, yeah, you could probably do it for 10.
CV, that's why I want to know.
Because you're just, I don't know. It might take a bit.
It's build sets and stuff like that.
No, there's no sets. We just need the cameraman and the sound, and we'll do everything else.
All right, probably don't even need 10 grand then. With the sizzle reel we shot,
yeah, we would get a couple bucks out of it.
Get something out of it.
I mean, the fucking True TV stealing all our shit. CBS is stealing all our shit.
Tell him, Steve. No, wait a minute. Get him. You want to read this?
Sure.
Because my eyes are going.
He's more than that.
You should just have 2 of them. They can drop down.
All right, we're talking about Butterwings today, aren't we?
Yep.
Okay.
Butterwings down in Florida, right?
I believe so. It doesn't say here, but let's say Florida.
Okay.
Butterwings.com. It specializes in personalized cookie gift boxes and framed cookie art pieces. Perfectly unique gifts for the hard-to-shop-for person in your life. Each box is created around any theme or themes that you choose and includes a frameable illustration so they don't have to feel bad about eating their cookies and still have the ability to cherish the memories of the delicious gift so they can eat their cake and have it too, as it were.
Did Butterwings request someone who can barely speak without like, so Butterwings, you can have your cookies and too.
All right, take over. Tag it.
Good God, just fucking get them. Let's see. Where did you end it? Okay. Artists and writers trying to grab the attention of passerbys and Artist Sally? Stand apart from the rest and bring your characters to life with a framed piece of cookie art that is sure to attract loads of people to your table. A great staple for the walls of your studio. Have your characters immortalized in a medium that everyone will have to see to believe.
Have you ever seen the cookies that this person does? They're amazing.
Yeah, you have. Like she made
the wedding ones. Okay, those are great. Oh, I'm looking at them right now. They're great.
They're amazing.
They're perfect. They don't look like cookies. They look like art.
But they're edible.
Well, you know what? That should be the tagline.
Yeah.
They don't look like cookies.
They look like art.
They look like art.
You can have that one for free.
Well,
maybe throw some cookies that way.
You're giving it away for free, man. That skull has changed you.
Dude, you think I'm fucking around. I'm not. I'm telling you, this skull has changed everything for me.
Is there anything you have that much passion for that you're like, I want to make this and sell it? Like, I want to,
Yeah.
Comics.
Tell them Steve Dave Christmas special.
Oh, nice.
It's available on tsdxmas.com.
That's true.
The reviews are in. Want to hear some of the reviews?
We do.
Holy shit. Dyslexia is literally the worst thing they've ever done. Please kill this abortion. Jesus Christ.
Brian Quinn.
This game kills the entire momentum of the show. You know what? I've come up with dyslexia, to be in all honesty, was an attempt
to drive me insane.
No, it was. I'll be honest with everybody.
Maybe he means it enlivens the pace of the show.
Like, you think he's playing dyslexia?
I think so. Yeah.
No, I believe he's being honest that he didn't like it. But I'm going to pull the curtain back a little bit. Dyslexia was my attempt after I got a lot of shit about maps and dinosaurs. And I'll be honest, I received a lot of emails about you guys too being stupid. Not just I'll put myself.
Don't sugarcoat it like Butterwings would.
A lot of emails while I was away about like how dumb you guys are.
From what?
I don't know. I guess the episode you guys did. But anyway, I
didn't see any of them.
Yeah, but they only came to me.
It doesn't forward them to save your feelings.
But
dyslexia, it's a fucking episode where we say we don't know what we're talking about, I guess.
But dyslexia was my attempt to kind of show off our intelligence.
Okay.
and to show how we could think again. I don't want to get into it unilaterally, laterally, yada yada yada. It didn't do what I hoped it would do.
Didn't make us look good.
It didn't make us look smart. It didn't make us look intelligent. It didn't make us look anyway, I guess, but confusing.
It didn't strengthen our case.
So I've come up with another new game, Q, that I'm glad I've remembered this.
Okay.
Copyright TESD, Simi.
Yes. Right now, let's fucking make sure that everybody's aware and that this is ours. But it's called Impressing the Professor.
Okay.
Are you able to do TSD next week?
Yeah, I believe
Do you have
so.
Do you have a day that you could give me where like a firm night?
Yeah.
Okay. Off camera or off mic, we'll do that. But I'm going to give you 3, you guys. And I know you say you don't want to get him on the show anymore, but can he come back next week?
What?
A one-time pass.
Can he get the pass for next week?
I don't know, dude.
But listen to this concept first, because I
All
need
right.
them. I'm going to give you guys 3 subjects. I can give you the subjects tonight, so you have a week to prepare, or I can give them to you cold. And I'm going then, and these concepts are going to be, I'm going to give you a time period, an exact point in time. And then I'm going to inject something that didn't belong in that time.
Oh, all right.
And then you guys are going to have to then pontificate.
Okay.
Is that the right way?
I think so, yeah.
And proper use?
Yeah.
To a professor that will be at the table, your theories on how that moment in time would have changed and the knock-on effect about how you believe today would be different.
Why does Gidim have to be here for this?
Because I have 3 topics,
Okay.
3 moments in time, and I think 3. And plus, he's the fucking smartest guy at the table. I never get emails about him being stupid.
No?
No.
Did you block my email? Your fucking account?
No, he gave me his password.
But what do you think?
Yeah, all right, I'm in.
Okay, so and I have a real-life professor who's going to come in and sit at the table. I've already got this squared away.
You'll be super psyched when you find out who it is.
He has doctorates. He has degrees.
Is this someone we've seen before, or is this someone new?
It's someone we've seen before.
Oh, good.
And he will, and then he will...
Nobody we've had on this show strikes me.
Oh.
As professor material.
Yeah.
What do you think? I could either call it Impressing the Prof,
Impressing the Prof?
or we call it Twisted TSD Timelines.
I think Impressing the Prof is more marketable.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
I think.
Do you guys want to do this next week?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want your subject matter... Do you want a week to work on it, or would you rather just have it and then try to
I'd
impress
rather
the prof
just have it.
at the table? Wow, that's winging it.
Because
That's dangerous.
It is dangerous,
That's
but
why
like you
people are
can't.
calling you stupid,
you
though,
can't.
because-
I mean, it's one of the reasons.
Not fucking taking advantage of a week to fucking do some work.
But I don't think
You
it'll
could
be
come
as
up with a
funny.
thesis.
Do you want yours now, get them, or Brian, do you want yours now, or do you all want to fly by the seat of your pants?
I'll fly.
Now, are you fucking flew by the seat of your pants or get them on the shelf?
Oh, no.
And
Yeah, you
and
fucked
how
up
fucking
royal.
That went for you.
Yeah.
Fucking Hindenburg.
Yeah. Mail fraud. And by that, I mean FedEx and not really fraud.
I gave you a month to work on that, and I got back from vacation. Like, you want to fucking give me some of your material?
His delivery was like the eyes of the world were upon him. It was so stilted and like weird. You seemed weirdly self-conscious.
Do you want
I was told it was supposed to be like Mork addressing work.
or
Yeah.
or a fucking elf addressing Santa? And when you fucking looked at me with the fucking dumb look on your face, I was like,
I'm going to get emails about this.
Do you want your topic now, or would you rather wait like Q?
I'm going to wait like you.
Brian?
I mean, to make it fair, I feel like I should wait. But I mean, if I want to fucking,
Do you want to impress the prof?
I guess so. I don't think I've ever impressed a teacher in my life. So yeah, maybe I'll take it ahead of time, and then I'll get some emails about how smart I am.
All right. So you want to?
I'll just copy and paste off Wikipedia.
And the prof, who I know is listening,
Right.
which I really am happy, and really makes me feel good that we have professors listening. To tell them, Steve, Dave. Mm-hmm. That to me means so much more than like
All you other regular assholes. All you dummies.
Right,
Which man you were counted amongst, Q, so.
All right, here's your topic, Brian.
Okay.
The Civil War.
Right.
What if the atomic bomb was introduced as a weapon during the Civil War?
Okay.
All right, I'll take mine now, too.
No.
This sounds like fun. This sounds like fun.
No, you're not getting it now.
You're being punished.
Put $5 in front of your Peruvian.
But I didn't think it was like
skull.
that.
What'd you think it was like?
I thought you were literally like, this is a time frame. Which of these objects don't belong in it? I didn't realize like it was a thing.
You thought a professor would be needed to come in and fucking judge that?
Well, I don't know the game, buddy. So how am I supposed to fucking say how it is in your head? Your description of it was how something that doesn't belong in that era is there.
Introduced.
And then what
Right.
effect it would have going on, like a butterfly type effect. Yeah.
Good choice of words.
Yeah. Okay, so
Flying by the seat of
Yeah.
it's over here.
Now?
yeah, I think it'll be more fun that way.
Okay. What if Elvis's first appearance on Milton Berle,
Ed Sullivan.
Ed Sullivan, he doesn't sing rock and roll,
Mm-hmm.
but he does hardcore rap?
Okay. All right, that's good.
Sunday Jeff style.
That's good.
I got a monster dick.
No. I'm not saying obviously he can't curse. But
Right.
he introduces rap to the world
Okay.
instead of rock and roll.
Got it.
Get it?
All right.
You want yours now?
Yeah, I guess so.
Why? You're not going to fucking do the work anyway. You want it now or not?
Yeah.
I mean, it's weird because Elvis was accused of stealing his music from black musicians, and in this alternate reality, he's still stealing it from black musicians.
Well, and to have the TSD effect and to kind of fucking make you guys like kind of knock you off, you're allowed to heckle.
Oh, okay.
How's that different from any episode of Tell 'em Steve Dave
Well, I don't
we've
want us
ever
to
done?
feel snotty and snooty like we're at a college course.
Right. Okay.
So
Right.
I want you guys to be able to like try to get them off their game by kind of like making fun
Got
of
ya.
them and like heckling and mocking their theory, so you make yourself look better.
If I'm late, it's because I wasn't allowed to take the bridge. I had to take the long way.
Had to cross the river.
All right, get him.
Yep.
Now Brian has,
Civil War.
instead of the atomic bomb being introduced into warfare during World War II, it's introduced during the Civil War.
Okay.
Q has the world witnesses instead of the world witnessing the birth of rock and roll with Elvis,
It's the world of rap.
he introduces rap to the world.
Okay.
I like big butts, and I cannot lie.
You have the cotton gin is introduced during the Renaissance.
The Renaissance.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
And then they would go impressing the prof.
Renaissance in Italy or just world? During the Renaissance period?
Yes.
Okay.
What, I look like a professor?
I look like a prophet.
I'm going to get an email now.
All right. So we'll try to do that next week if our professor is free. Tonight, Q's coming down.
I know this professor. It
If
seems
not,
like
if he's
regardless.
not free that next week at any
Yeah.
point, you guys will have 2 weeks to work on it then, which
Okay.
will really strengthen your game, hopefully. And this is an instance where I want you guys to. I'm putting you in a position. I'm putting you in a spot like to really fucking shut up these assholes that are fucking slagging you on a weekly basis.
Okay. All right.
These
And me too.
intellectual elitists who think they're smarter than we are.
I see it constantly. Oh, Walt's so stupid. How could I'm embarrassed to listen to Tom Steve Dave. He's so dumb. And the stuff they say about you, I'm not even insulted.
How can you not know the
That's
opposite
nice
color is horse?
compared to what they say about us.
But this is a chance for you to fucking really just slap them down and really show off.
Redeem
Like,
himself.
I'm of average intelligence.
All right. And for this, I gotta give him a one-time pass to come back on the show.
Yes. Come on. And you could really fucking
Heckle him? All right.
Like, he thinks his IQ is smart. He thinks he's so fucking big and bad with his big IQ.
All right.
Yeah.
I guess.
All right. Brian, anything else, Brian? For butter? Wink?
Yeah, of course. If cookies aren't your thing, show your support by sporting a great Butterwinks t-shirt, stickers, or button. Or simply check out Butterwinks on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or Pinterest. From the artist that brought you edible cookie medals to the bicentennial battle, proudly voiced Ho 2 in a small fistful of dollars. Catered favors for the Gidim Wedding event of the century and has worked with TLC, CBS, and Vogue. You too can have your art and eat it too.
I believe that she's onto something though. With like, if you're trying to make a presentation, let's say you're trying to sell a project to a comic book publisher, you could lay out each panel. Like, let's say you have a 6-panel page or a 5-panel page. Each panel should be done in a cookie form, and you give it to the editor. You're like, you like this?
Right.
Tastes good too, and then you just make an impression. Right. They'll never forget the guy who submitted in cookies.
That's right.
Now, Q, question you. Let's say like someone was like trying to apply for a job on Impractical Jokers.
Yeah.
And they presented their resume to you in cookie form. Would that make an impact on you?
No.
At first, they wouldn't even get to you.
They wouldn't get to me. What do I look like? Get them.
Yeah. As always, everything in the shop has free shipping, and you can use the code TESD to get 10% off your order. And I'm going to take back that Butterwings t-shirt comment. If we get another season on Comic Book Man, I'm going to wear it.
Wear the Butterwings
if it's
t-shirt?
a great shirt.
We have some
I'm not sure.
Want me to go grab it?
Would you wear Butterwings on the show? No. Okay.
You want me to go grab one?
Not right now, you fucking...
Go ahead. You're not different.
Yeah, it's true. So just go to butterwings.com, and they do look amazing.
Listen to me.
I spray mine with like shellac.
I don't want to get him on the show anymore. I don't want him on another episode of this fucking show. Yeah, I don't like it.
Ally.
I don't dig it. I don't like it. I want him gone.
I like him here. I like to have somebody in my... You have Brian in your camp. Why can't I have somebody in mine?
I'm in your camp.
Bullshit.
All right, so he could be on Overkills. I don't think he should be on the regular episodes anymore.
I'm looking at Butterwings right now. Is Butterwings... Is she married? Butterwings is a hot...
Get him's gone.
Look at her.
But I'm going to... Hey, you know what?
I'll take it a step further. Any regular episodes of Tell 'em Steve Dave that get him's on, I'm not on.
All right.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh, he's back. All right. Butterwings?
Yeah.
Hey, the first person who orders something from Butterwings...
I would wear that Butterwings shirt if we get another season.
If Butterwings was to email me the first order she gets with a TSD code, I will send something maybe in the way of a piece of felt to the very first person who orders off the Butterwings.
That's valuable, that felt. The eBay prices are crazy. I want to meet the deranged soul who buys a piece of felt for $400. That's fucking crazy.
I'm concerned that person will just bid it up that high and has no intention of paying.
You think?
But to let listeners know, one of the pieces of felt that came with the Vinyl Cast 2, someone put it on eBay and gave them informed me that it went for $400. So, but I don't know if that was complete or not. But you can get a piece of that felt if you're the first person that orders from Butterwings. And Butterwings will send me your info, and I'll send out the felt.
Sweet. Order something from Butterwings. Okay, now here are people who actually pay for ads. She paid?
She paid.
You made her pay?
At a very, very reduced rate.
Okay. I was going to say, she's done so much for us. She's cool, Butterwings. I'm not just saying that because she's a cutie.
I get medium and large. That's it.
Trying to date her now.
You'd be pampered in cookies, brother.
Yeah, she would never have me. She'd take one look. She'd be like, yeah, hello. You're going to eat all my art, you fucking fat pig.
You just
Looks
eat the
like you're
mistakes.
set for cookies.
You just eat the mistakes.
Okay.
She don't make no mistakes.
Well, dating me would be the first. Leaving me around her cookies would be the second.
And then and the third mistake was like, I know where I can make some money. Man, I'm telling you, Dave, I know I'll make that fucking money back.
Blackest sky, and a bloody pile to
I can never hold us. This land can never chain us.
This has been a production of Smodco Internet Radio. Sir, only at smodcast.com.